I'm already on.
Whoa, we're live.
We are live.
Oh my gosh.
We are live now. I just have to see if we are still going to be visible when sitting down, and head won't be chopped off. Oh,
And
there's
also
plenty
the
of
camera
headroom.
will
I
stay
can
in
bring it down.
focus.
Is it in focus?
It is in focus.
We are in
I
focus.
believe it is. And I
My
think that
eyes
they
are
can
not
also
in focus.
hear
Well,
us.
your eyes are never in focus.
That is all right.
Look what we have.
Shot glasses.
We have shot glasses.
We'll be
These are
needing
for the
those later.
guests
There will be
who may
others.
or may not arrive whenever they feel like it.
We will see what happens.
We will see.
Also, we have guest.
Hello, I'm one guest.
One guest. We have one parenthesis, one guest.
We might have more guests as we continue. I hope we will.
Can they hear us?
Can they
I
hear us?
think that they can hear us.
Can you hear us? Are we audible? Is everything working? We want to make sure that everything is on the up and up before we start. For realsies. Ansgar just said hello, guest. I know it is on 30-second
All
delay.
right. Mark says yes.
All right, good.
I
And
can't
Frank
read
says
that
yes.
because I don't have my glasses on. So
I
if
will-
somebody starts saying
I'll
shit,
send
you. I will make this bigger.
don't worry about it.
There.
I will worry about
Like,
it.
Maybe
like
I
I
can-
can't. Like I still can't read that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
You
matter.
can't?
I'm not
But
going to read
it
the
does
comments.
matter that you shut the door, though.
It does matter that you shut the door.
I do need to hear them when if they come.
We'll make it most of the way closed.
The most of the way? Like this much?
I think we'll still hear
Yes.
it. If it
We'll
We'll still
buzzes.
hear it.
We'll still
It'll be
hear it.
I
fine.
want to make
It'll
sure
be
I can.
fine.
I want
It
to
will
make
be
sure I can.
fine.
All right.
Where
And
are the Haggadot?
behind us.
Oh.
So if you could actually scooch to the left a bit. Oh no,
Is
I can do
Shiny
the
here?
smarter thing and move the camera.
Is Shiny here?
I don't see them yet.
Okay.
There we go.
Shiny, get online.
And I can bring the camera. Once this is done, this is done.
Eventually.
I promise.
If we all scooch this way while he
Yeah.
scooches the camera that way.
Then it will
It'll be
confuse
too much
you.
work.
All right.
I
I believe
my ass is firmly planted now.
that we are semi-ready to start. And starting off with introduction. Shalom Chaverim, I am Harav Daoud Ibn Dov Ibn Yusuf. You may call me Rabbi Dud. And I'm here with,
Hi, I'm Bracha. Some of you may remember me from last year.
yes you may,
And I am still Twig. Just the same Twig from earlier.
same tweak from earlier.
You're my favorite twig.
Yeah.
We are here in Foxy's drinking corner. And tonight we will be doing second Seder. The Seder is the ritual, the ceremony that we do every year to commemorate the Exodus from Egypt. And we will be having potentially 2 more guests tonight.
We will see.
We will see.
see.
They may arrive, they may not.
Like Elijah.
Like Elijah.
Yeah.
Potentially we have 3 more guests coming tonight.
That guy
case.
Where
Where
is
is
shows
the
up.
wine? We have to fill up our
All
kosher
right.
and the kosher Eliyahu.
So actually first let us go
Yeah.
ahead and introduce everybody to what we have on our table.
Okie dokie.
Now that we have introduced ourselves, we should introduce you for what we have on our table.
We have a table.
And while I will get the wine out, and while I'm getting that out, Bracha, would you like to tell the good people what we have on the plate?
Greetings, fellow bipeds. You will notice this plate that is festooned with items. This is called a ka'ara. It is also known as the Seder plate. And on it, we have items of various symbolic foods, some of which will be consumed and some of which are only symbolic. I'm going to wait till the wine's out of the way so I don't knock you over there. Wow, nice pour.
Wow.
Look at you go.
Wow.
So in no particular order, we have 2 different kinds of maror, which are bitter herbs. We have some horseradish over here, both whole and ground, and we also have lettuce. Different lettuces will be more or less bitter. Romaine is traditional. Over here we have a beitza, which is just egg. It just means egg in Hebrew, but traditionally it is overcooked and boiled so that it is broken and burnt on one side. Over here we have a zaroa, a bone. Bone. It is not for puppies. It may be for puppies later. But it is supposed to be commemorative of the Paschal lamb sacrifice that used to be brought in the temple period. We haven't had a temple for about 2,000 years, so it's just a little bone now. And my personal favorite is the haroset, which is supposed to be some sort of, it's usually basically a fruit compote. It's often made with wine or a wine derivative, and it's supposed to resemble the mortar. So the building material that our ancestors used when in slavery and building storage cities. And so these are commemorating different aspects, both of the temple service, but also of the Exodus story itself. And I hope that was not too much information.
It is, for you, it is never too much information.
Yes, that is because I'm me. But other people may be like, that was a lecture.
That's all right. So also you have on our table, we have...
there's a caps lock over there. What are they saying?
A caps lock?
There's a caps
Evil
lock.
voice, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
That was, I think, in response to earlier when we were
yes.
we could be heard.
Yes, indeed. So, aside from the Seder plate, we of course also have our 3 matzot.
Mm-hmm.
We have the
They're
cup
currently
for...
hiding.
Yeah.
They're currently hiding. The
They are
matzah
currently
is
hiding.
under the scarf.
The matzah is hiding under the
Oh,
scarf.
it's a very lovely scarf.
It's a very nice scarf.
I believe I heard a knock at the door.
I heard a door.
I heard a knock.
I heard a door as well.
I want to make sure we are expecting
You
someone.
can-
I wish to
you
make
can-
sure.
It sounded like that door.
It did.
It sounded
was.
like a door opening
Yeah.
rather than a door knock, but it is good to check.
Maybe it's Elijah.
It's Elijah. He's early.
It's Elijah.
It's not.
If we had a friend who was named Elijah,
That'd be
that would
hilarious.
be really funny.
That'd be great. I shall pour for you.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
I hope I do not have to keep on doing this all night. That would be very obnoxious.
You probably will. But why don't we give it till about 10? And by then we'll assume
That he has found somewhere else?
that, yes. And I'm going to be checking my illicit mobile device. Sorry.
That is all right.
So
For some reason, I
illicit.
thought that you had poured for yourself, even though that's not traditional.
No, it is traditional to pour for someone else. I
Yeah.
was going to pour for
Why
you,
did
but
you
then I
pour
thought
for
I heard knock at the
yourself?
door.
Force of habit.
It's right here.
Force of habit.
You're not doing the thing.
I'm not doing the thing. The reason that one is not supposed to pour for oneself, it's just a custom. You obviously can. But this is supposed to resemble aspects of Roman or Persian feasting. And in these things, you would have people to wait on you as a sign of luxury and hashtag making it. So we would pour for each other and fill that role for each other. But I forgot, and I just went and poured my own.
It is all right.
It's going to continue happening.
It's all right. We forget things. The more wine we drink, the more things we will forget.
Yeah, that's how that works. Like the
It
difference
is how it
between
works.
Mordechai and Esther.
It is true. So, you have our Haggadot. We have introduced the things on our table. We have the Kos Shel Eliyahu, cup of Elijah, and we have a bowl of salt water, which will become relevant later. So, the ritual we are going to perform is called the Seder, which means order in Hebrew. So, we start by telling the order. Kadesh urhats, karpas yachat, zmanim ratzon, motzi matzah, maror koresh, shulchan orech, tzafun marech, halel miratzon.
My brother is on his way.
Your brother is on his way.
My
That is
brother
our
is on
second
his
guess.
way.
That is our second guess.
That's a second guess.
Or potentially the first guest.
Or potentially the
only
first guest.
guest. We will see what happens whether Tim arrives or not.
We will
So,
see.
we come to our first step
Just-
of the
yeah.
Seder. The first step
Yeah.
being Kadesh, where we take the wine and we say Kiddush, and it is right in front of me. I do not know why I'm reaching behind me again.
Force of habit.
I
So it's going to be a running theme for tonight.
Of reaching behind me, forcing of habits. I believe I shall do this sitting down.
Yeah.
It is side note of halacha. It is traditional to do this standing up. That being said, it is
But we're seated.
permissible to do it sitting down. You are allowed to, and if I stand up, you won't see my head. So
That would be funny.
it would be funny. One other thing I am going to bring
Now
down.
he stands up. I'm not going to stand up. Stands up immediately.
That's okay.
I
Good.
have this
You
here.
didn't burn down the house.
No.
Thank you.
No. This is here for a reason.
Wait, should that really be this close to falling on me? Says the girl who has anxiety. Please don't put it there. Thank you.
I shall put it here for the moment.
Thank you.
Yay.
I will need it.
Okay.
If I can see, that would be great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm losing my eyesight. It is wonderful.
He lost his glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
It is all right. It is all right. Here we go. Sabrim Ranam Ranam Rabotai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bachar banu mikulam ורם לנו מכל לשון וקידשנו מצוותיו ותיתן לנו אדוני אלוהינו מאהבה מועדים לשמחה חגים וזמנים לששון אל יום חג המצות הזה זמן חירותנו מקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים מועדי קודשך בשמחה וששון נחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש ישראל והזמנים ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא מאורי האש ברוך
Oh, okay.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המבדיל בין קודש לחול ובין לחושך בין ישראל לעמים בין המשביעי לששת ימי המעשה בין קדושת שבת וקדושת יום טוב הבדלת ואת יום השביעי מששת ימי המעשה קידשת הבדלת וקידשת את עמך ישראל בקדושתך ברוך אתה אדוני המבדיל בין קודש לחודש ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. And we drink our wine while we are leaning to the left because we are kings.
To the left.
Kings and queens, monarchs. Let us go gender neutral terms.
Gender neutral monarchs.
Oh, very Roman.
Yeah. So yeah, as discussed yesterday when you all weren't here, you're supposed to be like reclining on like one of those couches. If you ever looked at Roman mosaics and you see them like reclining, like on a whole like thing, it makes a lot more sense to recline to your left in such a position. Whereas like in this office chair, like I could, but I can't like. You can put your feet up. You can like put it on the couch. Yeah, you can.
There's a couch over
Twig
here
is gonna go full Roman monarch right now. Hashtag Empress. Love that. And so that is where that comes from.
Although, life hack, if you have a chair with a low back, like I happen to have here, turn it so that your back is to your left on the chair, and then lean on the back of the thing like this.
Life hack.
I learned that from Rabbi Daniel Korobkin, who was a rabbi in Allentown, Pennsylvania for a while.
Why? What is with Allentown? He's not the only person I know from Allentown.
Yeah,
it happens, I guess. Okay, so
I'm going to finish what is in this glass.
great. Because
Chug.
I'm not going to do that, but I am going to have another drink.
And we will move on.
What are the people saying? That thing jumped ahead.
It did jump ahead a little bit.
It's nice
Only
that
a
we
little
can't
bit.
see any of the comments.
Yeah, we can't see.
By all means, feel free to comment. If you have questions about anything that you see,
We may get
feel
to it
free
eventually.
feel free to
We
ask.
see it.
And
see it.
eventually,
Wait,
I will.
I have a life hack. I'm going to enter the YouTube and put it on mute. And that way I'll be able to see what everybody's...
Oh, that
saying.
is that is much better. Then you don't have to squint. This makes life
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
gonna do that
I
right
shall
now.
take the candle and put it back on the shelf where it goes,
Thank you.
so that it is not in the way. The candle, by the way, in case you are wondering, is that is for Saturday night. That is not a Pesach thing specifically, but that is something you do Saturday night anyway. And because
Scrolling.
this happens to fall out on Saturday night, we do both. So we come to the next part. We just did Kadesh. We did our Kiddush with our wine. And now we do urhats. We wash our hands. Washing hands is very important.
I'm still trying to load your YouTube and trying to make sure that this is on mute so we don't get the feedback loop from hell.
Do not want feedback
Do
loop.
not want feedback loop from
You're
hell.
on mute.
Here we go.
Oh, good. Now we can
okay,
see ourselves 30 seconds ago.
Holy. I see a comment here. Where can I fucking comment? What? Help! I don't use this app. Where's
Neither
the
do
comment
I.
box?
I have no
I think
idea.
that we're inept, guys. I
It's
think
We're
alright.
really
I
inept.
think we're gonna have to.
We will.
All right.
We're just gonna have to accept our fate
When it comes
here.
to comments, we will just have to stare intently at
I
this
can
thing.
kind of see them. I mean, so do you want to know why we keep starting fires? It's my candles. Also, somebody I can see is asking, what is a Seder?
The Seder means order. So this is the order of operations that we have to celebrate the first time Passover.
Yeah, you hold out your hands. I will do you first.
No. You're the guy leading the Seder. You go first. Right now, we are washing our hands in a luxurious style. This is again reminiscent of both Roman and Persian practice. And the point is somebody else washing my hands for me. We are luxurious. We are free. So we have a specific order in which we retell the story and also retell the history of the practice that our ancestors did when there was still a temple. So a lot of what you're going to see here is going to be that ritualized, stylized symbols of freedom. Like somebody else washing my hands.
Symbolism, really.
And lots of drinking.
Lots of drinking.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay, we have to make sure that there's enough ritual.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Your sounds are definitely my favorite part. I love it.
My sounds are also my favorite part.
Right now we are washing without a blessing because this is just to symbolize how fancy schmancy we are. Later there will be actual blessing when we eat matzah, which is essentially the flat bread.
We will get
But
to
it
that
is also
bread when
a
we get
cracker.
It's a quacker.
there.
You're a quacker.
All right. So the next thing we shall do now that we have washed our hands is we take the
Always
karpas.
wash your hands before you eat.
Always wash your hands before you eat. You take the karpas. The karpas being a symbol.
I didn't even see the karpas on the plate. I forgot it was there.
Oh, you forgot to mention it.
I forgot to mention the karpas.
It's all right. I did not notice you had forgotten.
So my dad uses radishes. You're using parsley, but it's an herb that you dip. As other people use cooked potatoes, you dip a vegetable in.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean not if it's raw, but if it's cooked, it makes sense. Don't eat raw. Do
eat
not eat raw taters.
That can actually make you very sick.
Dumb asides aside, you dip vegetables in salt water to symbolize the tears our ancestors shed in oppression, but also the tears I shed whenever I have to do work that I don't want to.
Relatable. Ow.
So yes, we take a symbol of spring and dip it into a symbol of tears because conflicting symbolism is fun.
Conflicting symbolism very much is the Jewish vibe.
It is how Jews do. We like to conflict with our symbolism.
We like to give mixed signals.
Yes, indeed. It's like we are going to recline, but we are also going to eat the bread of affliction, which reminds me, we come to our next step. Urhats. We have our 3 matzot. We will take.
You guys eat the stems? Oh no, just
no. I put the stems aside on the plate.
The rabbi eats the stems.
I mean, let him eat whatever he wants. He is an adult individual.
Alright, so I'm just going to interject with some comments I'm seeing. Porkrag says, free to mind with alcohol, which I agree with.
That's fair. We're getting there. We're working on
it. Da-da-da.
So we take our middle of the 3 matzot and we break it in half. There we go. We take the larger half and Twig, if you could lift up the top one for a moment. Sorry, the smaller half.
Yeah, what is he doing? We hide the bigger half.
We hide the bigger half. We hide the bigger half.
Oh my gosh.
Smaller half.
The middle months of the afikomen, which we hide.
And we hide this for later. This will become relevant at the end.
It's a secret surprise for later.
It's a secret surprise. Are you gonna actually
It's a special tool that will help us later.
Oh my gosh! Actually hide it.
Oh no! I don't
Actually,
want to.
no.
Okay.
Maybe that's a bad idea.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah,
Look at his grin.
He's
Look
like,
at his grin.
That is
That's
a
it.
devilish grin.
That's it. Let me check where my brother is.
No, put it in this room.
And it's gone. We're never gonna see it again.
You're watching.
I have family
I
friends.
can't hide it in here when you are watching.
Fine. What if I close my eyes?
All right, both of you close your eyes, and
closing
you
your
will
eyes.
know if they peek.
Some of these comments are fun.
All right, closing your eyes.
Closing my eyes.
I'm not doing that because I want to go to bed before 3 a.m. this morning. So I'm literally just staring.
You're such a stick in the mud.
All right, now I have to go to the hallway.
Oh no! Oh no! She's following you!
Too late.
Aha!
It's already hidden.
Don't ruin my fun. This apartment is so fucking tiny. We'll find it.
What?
There's
The
only
apartment in New
so
York
many-
is small?
There's only so many places it could be.
Manhattan apartments are limited in size?
Besides,
Yes,
I already know you
what?
hid it in the
It's very
bookshelf.
true indeed. The question is which one
Dun
That
dun
one.
dun.
and which shelf?
Really the top one.
That one.
Not necessarily. Maybe I.
That's what he wants you to think.
Maybe it is in the top
Will
shelf.
you close the door? Why do you
Closing
never
the door.
respect your my neurosis?
There you go.
Come on.
Just in case people
Anxiety
arrive,
is
I want to
clearly
hear
Jewish.
the door. The door
You're through
knock.
the door. It has holes
I'm
in
pretty
it.
sure my brother will
Yeah.
text when he's here, and I've
Very
been
well, I
checking.
said
The
and
door
nothing yet.
literally has holes in it.
It's true, the
Why
door
must
doesn't
you
help.
draw attention to my poverty?
They can't
Well,
see
one of
it.
them was a cat flap. In your
Yeah,
defense,
cat
yeah, it was a
flap.
cat
It's
flap.
the empty cat flap.
All right. So now that we have gotten yachats, it is time for Magid, our next step. So I will take this for a moment. Halachma anyadi achalu diachalu avatana ve'ara dimitzrayim ve'ara dimitzrayim kol nichvin yisrael v'yechol kol nitzrich yisrael v'yifsach ashata לשנה הבאה וירדה ישראל השתה עבדי לשנה הבאה בני חורין. In this passage that we say, we are saying this is the bread.
The blood of affliction.
This is the
Are you
bread.
sure? Are you sure?
No.
That's
Sure?
not kosher.
We are
It's
not
very,
going there.
very trade.
We are not going there. This is the bread of affliction. This is the bread of poverty, of slavery that our ancestors ate when they were slaves. And let anyone who is hungry please come in and eat, particularly your brother
He'll
And-
get here when he
and-
gets
and
here.
Tim, who will also apparently get here when he gets here.
Listen, Jewish time, right? Am I right?
It's like
Right?
stadium time.
It is.
Sometimes
it is.
it's worse.
And now we take our
That's
our
saying
lovely
something.
Seder plate.
It sure is.
Coronation Corp is delayed an hour and a
And can you
half.
move
Oh,
your
I'm so sorry.
tambourine for a moment?
My
Thank you.
Rick.
We take our lovely Seder plate and we take it off the table for a moment.
Bye,
We
This
do
is to cause the children to ask questions.
I am so
We are the
confused.
children, and I am so confused.
This is
What
happening to me.
We are also going to refill our glasses.
so much.
And refilling the glasses is first of all because we need
Alcohol
them,
will make
but
you less
also
confused.
because it confuses.
We're confused. Let's drink.
I want to use a different one because there is not. There's,
You just gave her all your dregs. Wow.
I'll drink it.
I
anyway.
apologize.
No, you don't.
Have fun with your freedom, bitch.
Rude.
Pour out
Rude.
in the next bottle because there is very little left in that one.
Oh, that's the good one.
Okay, so if there's very little left, then why don't we just
You know,
finish it between
Yeah,
us?
just all right. Just finish it off. Put it
Yeah.
in there, and I will open
Yeah.
this up for the next bottle.
I mean, this is not enough for a cup. You should open that so I can pour for you, but in the meantime, we're gonna finish.
Why do you do it that way?
I hulked out. I been working out over quarantine, and
Rip.
I just broke
Rip.
the cord. Yeah, F. Press F in the chat, y'all. Press F in the
F.
chat.
Can we get an F in the
Can we get an F in
chat?
the chat for this busted ass cord? No one's saying F.
Oh, well, there's a delay. You gotta give him time.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a fat glass of wine. Oh, I'm
Yay!
Right there. Oh, 3 Fs. Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, these are fat FHAT
No,
glasses.
look at them fat glasses of wine.
So while I open
Yeet.
this up,
It's dry, so I'll just take care of it when it's
Throw it
clean.
on the couch.
the point of taking the plate off of the table and filling up the glasses of wine is to confuse the children so they will ask questions.
I'm so
And so
confused.
now-
confused.
So now the
Please
youngest
tell
of
me
us,
what's going on.
well, you have to ask the questions.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, you have to ask the
forgot
4
that
questions.
they're-
You're the youngest.
They're pre-recorded questions.
They are pre-recorded questions.
I'm only 47, which makes me the youngest.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
not 47.
You are super rude tonight.
I am. I'm so salty.
You're
It must
very-
have been the
it must have been the salt water.
Yeah. All right. Why is this night different from all other nights? On all other nights, we eat urhats and matzah. Who eats matzah outside of Passover? But tonight, why do we eat only matzah? On all other nights, we eat any kind of herbs. But tonight, why do we eat bitter herbs? On all other nights, we do not dip even once. But tonight, why do we dip the greens twice? On all other nights, we eat sitting or reclining. But tonight, why do we all recline?
So we will
I
answer
always
these
double
4
dip.
questions.
I don't know what they're talking about.
We shall answer these 4 questions over the course.
I
Oh,
eat matzahs
Seder.
year round. Nice.
Oh.
It was in caps, so I could read it from all the way over here.
Everybody just scream into the chat.
That
now we
is how
bring
it will. That is how we will be able to see your
You
comments.
know what I would eat
Everyone
all
will have
year?
to scream.
Matzah brie. Matzah brie is delicious. It
Matzah
is an
brie, if you don't know,
excellent
is
food.
eggs and matzah
It's
and
French
whatever
toast.
else you
You
want to put
just
in there.
coat it in sugar. It's the worst.
Oh, that's my brother. Let them in. Let them in.
Run! And he's
Run,
gonna have
Forrest.
to, the funny part that you all aren't gonna see is that he has to. Our buzzer is broken.
So he has to like
So
run
He
downstairs.
has to run downstairs.
Oh, my brother's
in
gonna
his
get. My
rabbi
brother is
outfit.
going to meet a friend who I've known for more than a decade, dressed as Rav Shmuel Palagiter of the Spanish Men, Rabbi Dude. And
She's like, what is happening?
I warned him.
She
I
did
did-
warn him that there would be
I'm
costumes.
really excited. I'm really excited. I love my brother. He is wickedly funny. He's wickedly smart. He absolutely has his shit together. And most importantly of all, he still talks to me even after witnessing me grow through the teenage phase. So that's pretty much the highest praise I can ever give somebody.
I love how everybody's turning on caps lock. That's so funny. Yay! I'm not getting up because I can't move. Oh, well, I guess someone has to be here, right?
I'm so glad you made
You know,
Yes, me too.
the weather is great. I really wish that there were somebody
Wow!
else on camera with me
Yeah,
right
so
now. Well, here's just me
Yeah.
holding
All
down
right.
the fort. Oh, thank
Let
God
us
you're back.
continue.
I'm just gonna take off this headband. It's right there. Sorry, I got distracted by other people talking. I don't care what you do. We don't care about lights. Go nuts.
We're
So
meeting
let
this
us
person for the first time
pour
right now.
some wine for our
He's very
2 guests.
fashionable. He's significantly more fashionable than I am.
He gets the good wine.
Yeah, give him the good wine. Give him more than that. It's my brother. Come on. I'm so proud of him. He cooks so well. He's so smart.
He gets to see your friends in funny garb. What's
I
that
told him
glass
that
for?
That is for Tim. He has arrived as well.
Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
it's two
Okay.
for one.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Save some of that wine for me, though. 'Cause I want
Yeah, I also want to try it later.
Very good.
Because for
All right. So now we've got people.
So, Beracha, would you like to come? All right. So, shall we continue?
Yes.
So, you have asked the
I
questions.
have asked the
Our
question.
guests have arrived. They will be coming in very soon. And let us continue on. עבדים היינו לפרעה במצרים עבדים היינו לפרעה במצרים עבדים היינו לפרעה במצרים we were slaves in Egypt to Pharaoh.
extra Haggadot. So
We have
don't
extra Haggadot, that is
extra-
wonderful.
Ooh, I'm grabbing the Maxwell House. Traditional Maxwell House. I'm gonna put these over there. Do you guys want your tea, which is all the way down there?
Oh,
shall
yeah, I
take
do.
a look at that later.
Actually. Oh, thank you.
All right, here, you come and sit here.
Yes, thank you.
We'll put this over
Twig.
here. now.
You take.
You can toss me that little towel. You don't have to
Okay.
sit on a towel. That's like weird.
What do I do?
Okay, so am I here?
Yes.
Yes,
Right
awesome.
there.
Very good.
Oh,
Oh, wow. That sunk.
It's
And I barely.
So
Okay.
to answer your question, we will not be at Coronavirg this year, but
No, we will
perhaps
not
we
be
will
at
be in the future. We will
Coronavirg.
see
very
what happens.
unfortunately named, but only in hindsight.
Very unfortunate, but only in hindsight.
Yes.
So, oh my goodness, that takes me back to my grandfather's house. So,
Yes, like
Oh, I
get
did
it.
one of those. I'm
Hey!
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
Why are you
Wonderful,
sorry?
wonderful. Come in and
Because
sit.
we have
I
wine.
didn't
we have-
dress up as well, but whatever.
it is
That's
all right.
okay.
You are out of
That's
shot.
okay.
You're the
Yeah, we're both
fashionable
out of
one.
shots.
We're
I'm not
You're
fashionable.
also you're not even on the camera. I want my friends to see you.
Also, do you know
I'm
what
not
you
going
can do
to,
now?
you don't want me on camera.
You can close
Why
the
would I
fucking
not?
So you know, like
Aha!
the difference between being sleeping and unconscious?
Yes.
I was unconscious until noon today.
I
That
mean,
is the best way to
First
do
of
it.
all, F, but also Mazel Tov.
All right, we're getting a question.
I
Can
have
you
books for
dip
you
the
if you want.
greens
Oh, cool,
more
cool,
than one,
cool.
more
You
than
get bored of these
twice?
You can dip the
Yeah, I
greens
don't
more
know
than
these.
twice.
I do not understand why you
Because we
shouldn't.
only dip once, and only this is a reference
Yeah.
to Manishtana that we just did.
Yes,
Yeah.
we dip
do
at
that-
least twice. But
We
you
did
can
a
dip more.
minimum of
Mostly
2
good
times,
things,
but only if you feel like it.
In fact, honestly, I'm allowed to come and dip this one now again. There is no reason.
There's no reason why not.
Oh, these books
Why
are
not?
published. This one I had it,
There's
so-
a limited amount. Eventually, I have to stop.
Eventually, when you run out of greens, yes, but then you can dip other things.
It's a collection of short stories all based on Bible stories. Sorry.
So shall we continue?
I want
Avadim-
the people to see my brother very fast.
I will come and count the camera eventually. I
Okay.
assure you.
Very
We
good.
Okay.
can move the camera.
Oh.
Have we drunk the first
So,
cup yet?
Avadim-
We
we
have,
have
so
drunk the
please
first
feel
cup.
free to catch up if you feel like it.
Break for your godfather.
Amen. Also, no, I can
All right, we should actually
we should like
Continue.
carry on
Yeah.
because we want to.
yes.
Alright, so עבדים היינו לבד במצרים, ויוציאנו אדוני אלוהינו משם, ביד חזק ובשורה ונטויה, ואילו לא הוציאנו הקדוש ברוך הוא את אבותינו ממצרים. הרי אנו ובנינו ובני בנינו משועבדים היינו לפרעה במצרים, ואפילו כולנו חכמים, וכולנו נבונים, וכולנו זקנים, כולנו יודעים את התורה. מצווה עלינו לספר ביציאת מצרים, וכל המרבה לספר ביציאת מצרים, הרי זה משובח.
Not that mishubach. I do not want to eat at 11 o'clock
No,
at
no,
night
no,
again.
no, no.
Thank you.
So our ancestors, we were slaves in Egypt. God took us out. If he had not done so, not only would we still be slaves, but our descendants would still be slaves. And tonight we tell this story. Let us go around the room, starting with you. Maaseh, the Rabbi Eliezer.
I'm just going to go straight to the English for the sake of everybody on
By
the
all
live stream.
means.
Yep.
And it is related of Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yoshua, Rabbi Elazar, Ben Azariah, Rabbi Akiva. They spell Akiva very funny here. And Rabbi Tarfon that they once met on the night of Passover in Bnei Barak. Not a place I want to be in for Passover. Sorry, Bnei Baraki people. And spoke of the
It's
departure.
very walkable.
It's-
Actually,
It's very walkable, but I'm good. Been there, done that.
You know what? Get rocks for it, yeah.
And spoke of the departure from
That's
Egypt
my
all that night
privilege.
until their disciples came and said thus, Rabotenu, the time has arrived to read the Shema for morning services.
We will not be going that long.
We will not.
What am I? Okay.
Right here.
Rabbi Elazar, the son of Azariah, said, "Verily, I am like a man of 70 years of
Verily.
age."
I am like a man of 70 years.
Yet I was not able to prove that the narration of the departure from Egypt should be made at night until the son of Zoma proved it from the following words of Scripture. Quote, "That thou mayest remember the day of thy going forth from Egypt all the days of thy life." The days of thy life, said he, refer to the days alone, but all the days of thy life include the nights also. The doctors, however, say thus: the days of thy life
The
refer-
doctors?
That's what
That's
That is
what
how
Rabbi
they-
Maxwell
What it
House
says.
has said.
That's what
That-
Rabbi Maxwell has indeed said. It's what the doctors say.
Yeah, it's what the doctor
9
said.
out of 10
Not the
doctors.
sages.
9 out of 10 doctors agree, David.
Not the elders,
And
9
we'll
out
not
of
the
10
wise
doctors.
men,
Empire
the
Chicken
doctors.
translates it correctly.
Thank you, Empire
The
Chicken.
guys who got their PhD.
That's actually if we have an Empire Chicken. Anyway, what are
Rescue,
the
rescue.
days of thy life?
Yeah, allow me to.
Refer to this world only,
That's
but
important.
all the days of thy life include the time of the Messiah.
Baruch hamakom baruch hu, Baruch shenatan natan Torah, shenatan Torah li'amo Yisrael, Baruch hamakom baruch hu. כנגד ארבע בנים. ארבע בנים.
How much wine have you had, dude?
Just the one.
That's all it takes for-
דברי
That's all
התורה.
it takes.
אחד חכם ואחד רשע ואחד תם ואחד שאינו יודע לשאול. So we are going to tell this story, but the Torah says you shall teach this story to your children. And it says this 4 times. And Rabbanim say that there are 4 different types of children. So let us learn about these 4 children. You just read the last thing. So you are Chacham.
I am Chacham again. Awesome. Did we ever figure out who Acher was?
Not Benzoma.
No.
Acher was not Benzoma.
him.
I know
Do
it
you
was a
remember-
Benzoma. He went crazy.
I mean, a lot of people went crazy in the Talmud.
No. But the 4
short
sages who went to heaven, he was the one that went crazy. Akiva was cool, and then one died, and one became
Wasn't
Acher.
there an opinion that
Yeah, let
he
me
might
top
have
you
been
off.
several- No, is it the same one?
Same one.
Okay.
We're
Because
not-
they just don't want you to make garbage, you know?
No, no,
we're not.
no,
He
no.
did that to me, but
It's
I'm not
not
going to let him do that to
Great
you.
challenge here going on. Okay. So the wise one, what does he say? What is to be the testimonies, the statutes, and the laws which the God, our Lord, has commanded us? He is wise because he does what he is told, and he asks you nice questions that you can actually do. Answer. Explain to him the laws of Pesach, that no dessert may be eaten after the Pesach offering. Well, that is a weird
It's a rule.
answer.
It's a rule.
That's the weirdest answer of these bunch.
Well,
It is a weird
obviously,
answer. I
our
think it's-
Chacham is OCD and wants to learn these things.
I mean, my hot take is that it implies that he wants to learn the whole entire thing from the top to the bottom and it ends with the tiniest bit of minutiae at the very, very end of the whole entire shenanigans.
That's Kadesh.
Hey.
Okay.
I said it was my hot take.
It's Kadesh. That's
I
what
like
Kadesh
that.
is.
Yeah, I always
So-
thought that was weird. The wicked and the simple got the
Can
same
I?
answer,
Can I? Unless you want to do the wicked side.
Actually, I have a
Always do
question
the wicked.
before.
Okay,
Only-
well, I will
only
not
if-
steal your thunder. Are we able to
Only
move the
if-
camera? No, when we're ready. Sorry.
Only if you want to. Do you want to be the wicked son?
I love being the wicked son.
Very well, you shall be the wicked son. Rasha.
Lasha Maomer, what does the wicked son say? Of what purpose is this work to you? He says to you, thereby excluding himself, from the community of believers, all of us believers. He denies the basic principle of Judaism. Therefore, blunt his teeth, very harsh, and tell him, it is because of this that God did so for me when I went out of Egypt. For me, but not for him, because had he been there, he would have not been redeemed.
I just love your theatricality. Thank you.
I like it. So, Tam.
Yeah. I'll do
Mahu
it.
Omer. Oh, you want to do
Oh,
Tam?
okay. I can do shit in a show. Go ahead.
Sure. So,
but you
Tom.
don't know how to ask. It's so uncharacteristic.
Listen, all of us learn how to act sometime. You're hanging out with a bunch of Rennies. We all act.
It's true. It's true. So, Tam, Mahu Omer, the simple son, what does he say? Mazot, what is this? Ve'amat elav, and you shall say to him, B'chozek yad hotzianu Adonai miMitzrayim mibeit avadim. With a strong hand, God took us out of Egypt from slavery. Keep it simple.
She'eno yodea lish'ol, for that who does not know how to ask, you must open this up for him. As it says, and you shall relate to your children on that day, this is done because of what the Lord did for me when I went forth for Egypt. And I'm going to point out what I did yesterday, that it says lish'ol at betachlo. This is a feminine version of you. You, female, must do this for him or for your child. Whereas in the other ones it's all gendered male, all of a sudden it switches to female, which seems to me to indicate that we are talking about a mother educating their very small child.
Also, children tend to be gendered in the Hebrew language in the female, especially in
No,
Old
at
Testament.
betachlo. This is
You,
the
the
adult.
parent.
You, the
you're right.
parent.
Oh,
I
At
didn't
betachlo. The lo here is actually the implied child is engendered male. At betachlo, not at betachla, but it's at you, the adult, who must open this conversation for him. Which is why it was like, oh hey, it's not the way I've expected it. So yeah.
So,
Next.
Twig.
Ah, me. What am I reading?
Is she reading the teen one or is she going to read
Yachol.
Yachol,
Mirosh
so teen.
Chodesh.
The teeny one.
Oh, I'm gonna say the thing I
I
did
love
yesterday about
reading fine
calendars
print
in the dark.
in the dark. One might possibly think the narration was to be given from the first day of the month Nisan. Therefore, it is said on that day. I read this yesterday. Yet, as it said
Yeah,
on that day, it
what
might
is
be
it? I finished
inferred
this.
that the only daytime was meant. That only daytime was meant. But the scripture says on account of this, from which it is to be inferred, that the narration is to be made only at a time when the unleavened bread and bitter herbs are placed before thee.
Can you say the thing about the calendars now?
Yes,
Yeah,
say the
okay.
thing about the calendar.
So,
Do the thing about
It's
the
like,
calendars.
why do we care about like the 1st or the 15th of the month? But in the ancient Mediterranean world, we're talking from the Bronze Age well through the Hellenistic era, Nisan was very much the springtime month. And when we're talking about lunar solar calendars and the Metonic cycle, this is something that was well known to the Greeks and Romans. This is something that was still the primary operating calendar in the Mediterranean and Near Eastern world well after the Romans took over, burned the temple, and you had the Seder start coming around, more or less recognizable by 200 CE and so on. So you're like, why are we all of a sudden out of step with the first day of the first month that usually kicks off the year, that the whole entire known world does, and all of a sudden we're 15 days off? What is up with that? At the time when this was starting to be actually set, that was a legitimate question to ask in the context. Now in 2022, we're like, I don't care. The calendar is set. What are we doing? But at the time that this was set, this was actually something. I teach a Hebrew calendar class for my nerd hobby, so you're welcome.
Yeah, now we just joke about whoever set the solar calendar should be stabbed.
I mean, we should.
It's more
make
accurate
that.
than the lunar one. I don't know.
I mean, the lunar
It
calendar
depends
moves around, but the
what you
lunar
care
solar
about.
calendar.
I mean, you make
We
that
will
joke
need
with the
another.
10th
We will
Like, if
need
you
another
care
adjustment
about
in
the-
10,000 years.
Right.
Our calendar is not at all perfect.
If you care about the phases of the moon, then the lunar calendar is what matters.
That's a big if, though.
Hey,
If
can
That's
you
big.
make sure my soup hasn't exploded?
I will make sure your soup is not
Oh,
exploded.
I also brought
Thank you.
another wine and Pepsi that I left in there.
Oh,
Very
great!
good.
More wine.
So while I am checking on the soup,
It's Diet Pepsi. Oh, wait, it's Coke.
Tim, it is time for backstory. Before we can talk about the Exodus from Egypt, we have to give the backstory. So Tim,
Okay,
Take it
Back-
away.
who's now
backstory.
off camera, but okay.
Mitchila.
We can. Are we allowed to?
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna
I'm
touch it.
kidding. I'm kidding. We
Okay.
can keep you off the camera. I'm fat still. But at
I
first,
mean, like, okay, but same.
Read the thing.
Read the
but
thing.
I used to be really skinny. Okay,
Read the
at
thing,
first,
read the
our
thing.
ancestors served idols. Not now. The omnipresent has brought us near to his service,
Now
as
it's
it is
funny.
written.
I mean, what?
Joshua said to all the people, "So says the Lord God of Israel, your ancestors have always lived beyond the Euphrates River. Terach, the father of Abraham and the Nahar, they served other gods. I took your father Abraham from the other side of the river and led him through all the land of Canaan. I multiplied his family and gave him Isaac. To Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. To Esau I gave Seir to inherit, and Jacob and his children went down to Egypt." Wait, Joshua said that?
Yeah, who knows?
This is what Joshua says.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
This is that is the correct answer. But supposedly, this is what Joshua says when the children of Israel are coming into Israel, and after they have made their conquests, and now that they are dividing up the land, Yehoshua decides to give them a brief summary of their own history,
Okay.
similar to the way Moshe did at the end of
It's
his
not a
life.
book that I like to reread because it's just basically he killed a bunch of people and he
It's-
kept
it's-
killing them.
It's very Bronze Age in
Yes.
its worldview.
Collapsing
Yes.
Bronze
Ooh.
Age.
It is very. That's correct. It's very collapsing Bronze Age in its
Yes.
worldview, and it's
Although I
not
do like
wrong
that
as a
one
modern
tribe that
person to
tricks
be like-
Joshua not to kill them, and he gets
Yes,
really mad. And it's
very
like,
good for them.
sorry.
And did he even consider
Oh!
climate of
Oh, great. Well, I guess I'll have to give it again sometime. But I'm taking.
Pansy?
Maybe I kind
Pensick.
of really want to use Pensick as an emotional break from teaching and organizing other classes, but we'll see.
Do people do drugs at Penzic? It feels like a
Yes.
drug.
Yes.
Oh my
acid.
god.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yes.
What is
There's
great
like
question to ask.
there's
But
like
it is a great question.
There's like a Poconos retreat that the gays do, so I feel like it's part like fair, not red
Also
fair,
drugs?
part circuit party. It's gays. Yes.
That was
We're
a dumb
behind
question.
everything
You
that's
are a
gays.
little painfully straight. It was.
I am straight. I do not know what
I know.
gays
I know.
You don't?
Hmm?
There are movies about it now.
do. There are movies. I shall have to watch this.
Sean Penn won
Educate
an
yourself.
Academy Award for one of them.
I didn't know that.
This
No,
is
I don't.
good
I
to
don't
know.
keep up with the cameras.
No.
I'm like a very.
That's
Hey,
from 2008.
It's a good movie.
Listen, there are the theater gays. I'm not one of them.
That's
I'm
not
like
theater.
the weird bi who's like hanging
It's-
out in the
that's
woods.
right. No.
I turned
Theater
it
is
off.
theater.
Is the oven? You want the
The
oven?
stove, though. I don't know if the potatoes are burning.
You do the next
Oh, God.
paragraph.
Listen,
Oh.
I walked in here. I can't get it.
You're the
That's
one who
all right.
wanted that seat.
Are we up to Blessed is
Well,
He Who Keeps?
it was nice.
Yes.
Before that, though.
Gotcha. Blessed
That's
is
the
he who
choice, too.
keeps his pledge to Israel. Blessed is he. For the Holy One, blessed is he, God, calculated the end of the bondage in order to do as God said to our father Abraham at the covenant between the parts, as it is stated in Genesis. He said to Abram at the time, know with certainty that your offspring will be strangers in a land not their own. They will serve them, and they will be oppressed them for 400 years. But also upon the nation which they shall serve, I will execute a judgment, and afterwards your people will leave with great possessions.
We're dead naming Abraham?
I don't know.
Okay.
Transition. Come
Okay.
on. Come on.
Well, you change your name, you change your name.
Let's
But it's
move
not
on.
as serious as that.
Let's
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
okay. I got it. Okay, it's not as
Yay!
serious
Oh, we
as
get
that.
to elevate the cup of wine
Let's do
now.
it. Let's do it. Thank you. Listen, I
Hishem David, Hishem David, Lavotenu velanu, Hishem David, Hishem David, Lavotenu velanu, Shelo echad bilvad, Amad aleinu lechalotenu, Ela shebechu עומדים עלינו לכלותנו, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו מידם. We were in harmony, and then we were a half key off, and I am very upset about that.
That is all right. It
I
happens
was
sometimes.
Very
running
upset.
along very lowly, so I only contributed 1% to that problem.
So-
No, this was an us problem. This is a problem we have
It's all
encountered
right.
in performance before. You did not contribute to the problem.
So
No,
what
1%,
we have just sung is what we are saying is, as it was for our ancestors, so it is for us today. The story that we are telling of the Exodus from Egypt, how we were slaves in Egypt once and then we left. It is not over. Every generation this happens again. We continue to be attacked from one direction or another, and
The Nazis
so
are back, so you
and
know.
so it
as an
so it
example.
is today.
Trick question.
Sorry, what?
Trick question. They never really left.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's true.
But they
They just went to
attempted.
Argentina. For a
There
while.
was like an attempt at
They
rebranding
cloned
that
Hitler a
happened.
couple times.
Yeah.
Well, you
And,
always got to keep that
Kill
white
Steve
robe.
Buscemi.
Like Steve
and
Rhodes.
I believe
Takes
by the
effort to keep
way,
your whites white.
Good
I
enough.
believe by the way that now is an appropriate time to bring up that not
Oh,
only is
that's
this
so
happening
good.
again in this generation to us, it is happening to others as well, and particularly in Ukraine.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this modern Paro, this modern Pharaoh, Putin.
Who decided that
Mm.
invading another country was like a great
It's,
Sunday pastime.
yes, he decides this is a thing that is acceptable now, and he wishes to destroy everything, and we should have in our
Bombing
kavanah,
the
we should have in
Holocaust
our
memorial was definitely a pro-Jewish move, said no one ever.
so we should
Anyway.
have in our minds and in our intentions for the rest of the Seder, for the not just the Jews of Ukraine, but for everyone in Ukraine, and also for the Russians in Russia who are
Subjected.
being controlled by this maniac.
The ones who aren't his big fans.
The ones who aren't his fans, because most of them are not his fans.
Well,
It doesn't even matter
That's
whether they
right.
are or aren't. This
They're
is not a
brainwashed.
free society,
Mhm.
regardless of. I don't think it almost doesn't matter the opinions of the population. This is not a population that is able to control, that it has the kind of agency that we take for granted in a modern liberal Western democracy. So regardless of their opinions, we should care about their freedom as well, because that is the correct thing to do, to care about the freedom of other people who don't have it.
So now we come to the point in the Seder where we finally tell the story of the Exodus. We talk about the Exodus, all this so far, backstory, context, all sorts of other things, symbolism. Now we tell
Dayenu,
the
let's
story.
go.
Let's go. Say ulemad. Come and learn. Ma bikesh Lavan ha'arami. We are starting with Lavan, the Aramite. That is where we begin our story.
Okay.
What did he try to do? לעשות על יעקב אבינו. What did he try to do to our father Jacob? שפרעה, because פרעה, לא גזר אלא הזכרים. He only tried to destroy the men. ולבן ביקש לעקור את הכל, but Lavan wanted to destroy everyone. שנאמר, as it is written, עמי עובד אבי וירד מצרימה, ויגור שם למתי מאוד, וישם לגדול, עצום ורב. An Aramean tried to destroy my father. He went down to Egypt, and he dwelt there for a small time, and there he became a great nation, mighty and numerous. And now we will dissect this verse and every other verse that we will come to. Dissect the verse, bracha.
All right. And he went down unto Egypt, Vayered Mitzrayma. So compelled by the word of God, and he sojourned there, by which we are taught that he did not go down to live there permanently, to settle there, but only to, hang out there for a little while. As it is said, and they said to Pharaoh, we have come to sojourn in the land. Your servants have no pasture for their flocks, for there is great famine in the land of Canaan. So we pray thee that you allow us, your servants, to dwell in the land of Goshen, a part of Kingdom of Egypt, with only a few people, as it is said, with 70 souls your ancestors went down to Egypt, and now the Lord thy God, the Eternal, has made thee as numerous as the stars of heaven. Continue?
Continue.
And he there became a great nation, by which we are taught that the children of Israel were distinguished even in exile in Egypt, great and mighty. As it is said, the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly. They multiplied and became exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Numerous, as it is said, I have caused you to multiply like the grasses of the field, and you have increased and become great and adorned with ornaments. Hell yeah, I love jewelry and shit. I love this phrase. Thy breast is fashioned and thy hair is grown long, whereas before thou was naked and bare.
What's so
Real.
bad with that?
Wow.
I don't know what's so like. I don't know. Maybe not on a live stream or anything.
Metaphor.
No, a live stream. A lot of people make their livings out of.
Oh no, which is great. But I have anxiety, so we're not going to do that.
I'm not encouraging it. You're my sister.
Yeah, no, dude.
Sort of obligated not to.
Yeah, that's fair. Next paragraph. Who was doing it?
ויראו אותנו המצרים ויענונו ויתנו עלינו עבודה קשה ויראו אותנו המצרים. So this verse says, and the Egyptians, they demonized us and they afflicted us and they gave us hard work. So what does this mean? Oh wait, did you say the blood?
No.
Didn't say the blood.
You missed that part of the verse.
It's not in there.
It's not in there.
Maxwell
It's in here.
Maxwell House has,
omitted.
Maxwell
Oh
House
yeah.
omitted
Yes.
it.
Guys.
Maxwell
Okay.
House,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Berab, commotion.
You guys said the
No,
Maxwell
I'm
House.
doing it again in Hebrew. Okay. So that we don't miss our cue this time. Berab, commotion. ربابك تسمح سداء نقطيخ بتربيبة الدلي بتبو بعدي عدايم شدايم نخونو بسعرخ سماح ואת עירום באריה ואעבור עלייך ואראך מתבוססת בדמייך. This is a thing from last year, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
ואמור לך בדמייך חיי ואמור לך בדמייך חיי. With your blood you shall live, with your blood you shall live. And as per last year, blood!
We have strange traditions in this household.
It's the second year, and then next year, and then we do it again.
So the Egyptians demonized us and afflicted us, and they gave us hard work. Twig.
Now that we've
Dissect
gotten
this.
Now that we've gotten,
Now that we've done the blood thing.
a little cultic ritual out of the way, what are they saying in caps lock over there?
Someone said, "I'm glad I dropped by."
Anyway, and the Egyptians ill-treated us. As it is said, come let us deal wisely with them, lest they should multiply. And it come to pass that when a war should happen, they might join our enemies, fight against us, and depart from the land. And they afflicted us, as it is said, that they are, man, they say a lot of things. They set taskmasters over them to afflict them with their burdens. And they built stone cities for Pharaoh, Pithom, and Ramses, and they laid a heavy bondage upon us, as it is said. And the Egyptians compelled the children of Israel to labor with rigor.
ונצעק אל אדוני אלוהי אבותינו, וישמע אדוני את קולנו, וירא את עוניינו ואת עמלנו ואת לחצנו. And we cried out unto the God of our fathers, and he heard our voice, and he saw our suffering, different word for suffering, and another word for suffering. And we will get into what exactly these words mean with Tim.
Okay, he cried to the Lord, the God of our ancestors, as is written. It was in the course of those many days that the king of Egypt died.
F.
And the children
Press
of
F in
Egypt
the chat.
groaned.
F in the
Okay,
chat.
they groaned. Okay. Because of their labor, and they cried out, and their plea for the servitude rose up to God. So this is Joseph dying, his buddy, the Pharaoh dying.
It's not referring to Joseph.
Okay.
This is
Afterwards.
for context of this moment, when the king of Egypt is dying, this is the king that is Paro during when Moshe is a baby and going down the river of that period, and then Moshe grows up and he leaves and he goes off to Midian. While he is gone, the king dies and the new king comes to power. There are different opinions amongst the rabbis as to why the death of the old king leads to, and the ascending of the new king is causing the children of Israel so much worse. You could just look at it simply as oftentimes regime change means the new guy is worse than the old guy.
Instability usually is taken out
And
on
he will not be the
local
weak link.
minorities.
No, he will not.
He'll be Ray Fights.
But continue to
Okay,
our
yes.
verse.
The Lord heard our voice. Yea, as there is. God heard their moaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac and Yaakov.
And now we have our 3 words for suffering and
Affliction.
affliction. All right.
Okay, I
Continue,
keep going.
continue.
That is the separation of husband and wife. As it is written, God saw the children of Israel, God knew. So, yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, as you said, that's implying a genocide. You want to take the children away from the parents and prevent them from living their lives. And
So
having
we got the
organs.
whole Miriam story of Miriam telling her father to get back with his wife
Yeah.
and make Moses.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the context for that.
It's a good midrash.
It's a good midrash.
okay.
It's a nice fan fiction.
Makes us feel fuzzy.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
she's got a fountain. She's got well water following her around.
Of course.
She's only gossiping because she likes his wife.
She's important.
She's
She's
important.
Our midrash
Now
story
we're
makes
gonna
her a
get
sweetheart.
back on track.
And
Now
our
we're gonna get back on
toil. These are the sons. What? As is written. Wait, our sons are the toil. Every son is born, you shall cast into the river. Oh yeah, I remember that. But every
Oh, yeah,
daughter
remember
to
that.
keep alive. So
The sons are not the toil. The fact that the children are killing.
Are they not?
The fact that the Egyptians are killing the sons is the toil. And
they're really heavy.
I feel like
and
kids also can sometimes feel heavy.
Yeah.
You're like lifting them.
and our
and
oppression.
our oppression.
Or be oppressed. And this is the pressure. Okay, no. As it is written, I have also seen how the yes, thank you. I resisted, but go for it. I have seen how the Egyptians are oppressing them. Well, okay, that's
ויוציאנו אדוני ממצרים ביד חזקה ובזרוע נטויה במור הגדול ומאותות ומופתים.
they don't
And
focus.
the Lord our God took us out of Egypt with a mighty hand, an outstretched arm, great awe,
Aww.
with signs and with wonders. Now, what exactly are all of these things? What do all of these things mean? You elucidate our verse.
His name is Michael. It's
So-
not
Yeah,
you.
I forget my
I'm
name
so-
too. God brought us out of.
I
That's
only
why he
just
needs
met
me.
you today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know your name.
This is
God,
David.
Hi, David.
Or you can call him Dude.
Hey, dude. God brought us out of Egypt.
Helping.
Not through an angel, not through a seraph, not through a messenger, but God themselves, in their glory, as it says, I will pass through the land of Egypt on that night. I will slay all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from man to beast.
It's
And
me,
upon
I'm
all
dead.
the gods of Egypt will I execute judgment. I, Hashem. I will pass through the land of Egypt on that night, and I and no angel, I will slay all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I and no seraph. And upon all the gods I will execute judgments, not a messenger, but I, Hashem. Oh, keep going.
Continue.
Oh, okay. With a mighty hand refers to the pestilence, as it says, behold, the hand of God shall strike your cattle, which are in the field, the horses, the donkeys, the camels, the herds, and the flocks, a very severe pandemic. With an outstretched arm refers to the sword, as it says, his drawn sword in his hand, outstretched over Jerusalem, and with great awe. Alludes
Aw.
to the revelation of the Shekhinah, of the holy presence. As it says, has God ever attempted to take unto themselves a nation from the midst of another nation? By trials, miraculous signs and wonders, by war and with a mighty hand and outstretched arm, and by awesome revelations? Has that God, Hashem, did for you in Egypt before your eyes? The answer, by the way, for those on the live stream is no. With signs refers to the miracles performed with the staff, as we saw in the Prince of Egypt, as it says.
It was a good movie.
It's
It
a
is
great
good-
movie. It's
a good film.
fantastic.
It's a good film. It's a good film. Take the staff in your hand that says you may perform the miraculous signs with it and with wonders. Alludes to the blood, as it says.
The blood.
Blood!
I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth.
And now we talk about the wonders that God did in Egypt, which includes the plagues. And whenever we mention any of these things, we take a little of our wine and we remove it to show that we do not gain joy from the suffering of the Egyptians, even though they were our oppressors.
Even though
Yeah,
they were
douchebags is
douches.
definitely an
Even
excellent
great
translation. of it.
revolutions,
Yeah.
innocents die.
Honestly, this is kind of low-key one of my favorite parts of the Seder. It's like, you know what?
It's because you gotta lick the pinky with the wine. Come on.
It's not that. That's just the bonus. I actually like the fact that we are supposed to be like, hey, we're rejoicing, we're free, and we're also kind of like leaning into the whole oppression story, and yet we're supposed to remember it's like actually people dying is not something to celebrate, even if they're douchebags.
Even if they are douchebags.
And I like that moral lesson because it's kind of lacking.
So the
Dam.
wonders are Dam,
What?
Va'esh,
What?
V'timrot Ashan, blood, fire, and columns of smoke. Davar acher, but there's another way of interpreting this verse. ביד חזקה, the strong hand, 2, that is 2. זרוע נטויה, the outstretched arm, 2, that is also 2. מורה גדול, great, 2, that is also 2. ובאותות and the signs, 2, that is 2. ובמופתים, 2, that is 2. Add all that together, what do you get? 10. Although that was a very good guess.
I sort of lost track. Look. In my defense, lawyers only know how to count in multiples of 6 because that's a 10th of an hour. That's how. Don't be.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's
Don't
fair.
be a lawyer. Don't be a lawyer.
No, I only have to edit their poorly written articles all the time.
Don't do it.
So that equals
Yeah.
10.
Life.
It's not the fact that they can't add. It's that their writing style for like what they do is very different than writing style for publication. And then they write for publication, and as the journalist who has to handle their stuff in the newsroom, I'm just kind of like, wow, your grammar.
No, I'm
Great
just
for the
helping a
stand,
financial startup,
terrible
so
for this.
Massive financial
And
This is the most ADHD Seder I've ever been to.
That is how.
Except for the one last year.
Except for the one last
No,
year.
You have two
So
ADHD
fun.
people right here. This is how.
I've been
they
listening
do
a
it.
lot of
My
crazy
brother somehow
extroverts.
escaped the genetic curse.
Obviously.
We've all heard it multiple times.
Yeah.
So that equals, the answer is it equals 10. אלו 10 מכות, these are the 10 plagues שהביא הקדוש ברוך הוא על המצרים במצרים, that God sent against the Egyptians in Egypt, ואלו הם, and these are them, דם,
Dumb.
צפרדע, קינים, ערוב, דבר, שכין, ברד, ארבה,
I'm out of sync with
חושך,
everything.
Yeah, me too.
מכת בכורות.
Just be
That is
the last
blood,
one.
I think I got a lot of
frogs,
I'm a lag
lice,
indicator.
beasts, pestilence, boils,
She's down.
hail,
Pestilence.
locusts,
Yeah.
darkness, and the death of the firstborn.
Locusts are still a thing that happens in the Middle East. They'll just like
It
sweep
is.
from
Yeah.
Egypt and they go up
And-
the
It's
Levant.
weird because
Through
they-
also in Africa and in large parts of.
Yeah.
Sometimes
No,
I was
it's
about to
like-
say
yes,
North Africa, but I'm pretty
actually.
sure it's like
Yes,
most
in-
of the
in
continent.
North
Right.
Africa
It's just
as
that in
well.
that specific part of the Eastern Mediterranean,
Yeah.
it'll first come up through Egypt, then go up the Levant and through Lebanon, and then like kind of like peter out and like disperse by the time it hits Turkey.
I mean,
But like
hopefully
it's a
climate
thing,
change
like
just
the
gets rid of
weather,
it.
it happens fairly
So
periodically.
basically, what
Or move it
happens
up,
is that
move it up, to Europe. Just
sometimes
Yeah, at least
first-
Italy and France.
Wow, I need Italy and France.
That was
actually.
a joke.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
we can
Alright,
always
let's
have
move
South
on.
American wine.
So Rabbi Yehuda הנשיא היה אומר, he used to say, נותן בהם סימנים. He decided that they should be acronyms because
Netzach,
Adash,
Adash, Ve'achad.
That is not a easy to remember acronym.
It was if you spoke Aramaic,
Okay.
Which we do not.
which we don't. But 2,000 years ago, that was one of the lingua franca in the Eastern Mediterranean, along with Greek.
That is true.
So now we have some complicated rabbinical math.
They're trying to just inflate the point of this whole math thing that you're going to hear, where they try to calculate how many plagues was each plague really. The point is to sort of make the story even bigger than it already was, so that it matters more to you. It makes me annoyed, but here we go.
Oh yeah, this is the stage that I would always want to skip.
Yeah,
This is like, the A train, this skips the stops.
You know what? I can always try to speed read it in Hebrew and see what happens.
That's
Speed
what,
reading
that's what our
Hebrew.
dad
You
used
do
to
it?
do.
Move.
Go for it. Go for
everybody
it.
move.
All right.
Move, I'm gay.
Do
רבי
all the
יוסף
math.
הגלילי אומר, מניין אתה אומר שלקחו המצרים במצרים 10 מכות, ועל הים לקחו 50 מכות. במצרים מה הוא אומר? ויאמרו החכמים אל פרעה אצבע אלוהים היא. ועל הים מה הוא אומר? וירא ישראל את היד הגדולה אשר עשה אדוני במצרים, ויראו הים את אדוני ויאמינו באדוני במשה עבדו. כמה
Moses
לקחו
Cameo.
באצבע 10 מכות. אמור מעתה במצרים לקחו 10 מכות, ועל הים לקחו 50 מכות. Next.
רבי אליעזר אומר, מניין של כל מכה שהגיע הקדוש ברוך הוא על המצרים במצרים הייתה של 4 מכות, שנאמר ישלח באחרון אפו עברה וזעם שרה, משלח על מלאכי רעים עברה 1 וזעם 1 וזעם 2 וצרה 3 משלח על מלאכי רעים 4 מורמי עתם במצרים, לקחו 40 מכות ועל הים לקחו 200 מכות.
רבי עקיבא אומר, מניין שכל מכה ומכה שהביא הקדוש ברוך הוא על המצרים במצרים הייתה של 5 מכות, שנאמר ישלח במחרון אפו עברה וזעם מצרה משלחת מלאכי רעים, חרון אפו 1, עברה 2 וזעם 3 וצרה 4, משלחת מלאכי רעים 5. אמור מעתה במצרים לקחו 50 מכות ועל הים לקחו 50 ו200 מכות. This was all a bunch of Hebrews saying, oh, it was 10 plagues. No, but it was really 40. No, but it was really 50. No, but it was really like 100. So by the sea, it was like 5 times that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Next.
כמה מעלות טובות למקום עלינו, אילו הוציאנו ממצרים ולא עשה בהם שבטים דיינו, אילו עשה בהם שבטים ולא עשה באלוהיהם דיינו, אילו עשה באלוהיהם ולא הרג בכוריהם דיינו, אילו הרג בכוריהם ולא נתן לנו את ממונם דיינו, אילו נתן לנו
את ממונם ולא קראנו את הים דיינו,
אילו קרמנו את הים ולא העבירנו בתוכו בחרבה דיינו, אילו העבירנו בתוכו בחרבה ולא שגצרנו בתוכו דיינו, אילו שגצרנו בתוכו ולא סיפק צרכנו במדבר 40 שנה דיינו, אילו סיפק צרכנו במדבר 40 שנה ולא הכיל לנו את המן דיינו, אילו הכיל לנו את המן ולא נתן לנו את השבת דיינו, אילו נתן לנו את השבת ולא קרבנו לפני הר סיני דיינו, אילו קרבנו לפני הר סיני ולא נתן לנו את התורה דיינו, אילו נתן לנו את התורה ולא הכניסנו לארץ ישראל דיינו, אילו הכניסנו לארץ ישראל ולא בנו לנו את בית הבחירה דיינו, איי 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 די דיינו, די דיינו, די דיינו, 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 די דיינו, די דיינו, די דיינו, דיינו, דיינו. What we are singing in this song is, if God had done this but had not done this, it would have been enough. If God had done this and not this, it would have been enough. But
my mom always like, I like Shabbat when it comes to that one. Like, Shabbat's great, but I like being on my phone.
Yeah, well, you know, some would call that an addiction.
Yeah. Yeah. And
although electronics was never really
so,
it's been a long fucking pandemic. I want to talk to people.
Even more so, טוב החלופה מכופלת למקום עלינו. Even because God did all of these things, even more so, we must give thanks to him. Because he took us out of Egypt, he punished the Egyptians, he destroyed their gods, he slew their firstborn, he gave us their money, he split the sea for us, he led us through on dry land, he sunk the foes in it, he sustained us in the desert for 40 years, he gave us the manna, he gave us Shabbat, he took us to Har Sinai, he gave us the Torah, although it would have been awfully anticlimactic if he brought us to Har Sinai and then not given us the Torah.
Could have been a rent fair. You don't know.
It could have been, it's possible.
It's like the whole point was like to like awe with miracles and all that stuff. Like, so there could have been a revelation without a law. I think it's supposed to be the implication.
I was told that the mountain was a character and was itself humble. That's what I was taught.
I was also taught that
one.
That was some like really
that's one of the ones they tell you
when
you're
when you really think about it and you really shouldn't. It's really weird.
It's deeply.
Don't think deeply about it. Live stream.
And then he brought us to the land of Israel. He built the temple and first to atone for our sins. Now, before we can finish this story, there are 3 things that we must talk about. Says Rabban Gamliel. Rabban Gamliel היה אומר, he used to say, כל שלא אמר 3 דברים, these are the 3 things that you have to say בפסח, on Passover, לא יצא ידי חובותיו אלו הם. And if you don't do it, then you have not fulfilled your obligation.
You missed the point.
And these are the 3 things. Pesach,
hold up the
matzah, and maror.
Matzah,
so we must start off with the
bitter.
Pesach. Bracha.
That's the bone.
Pesach.
I touched it.
Just adding to the theme.
Okay. Rude. The Paschal lamb, which our ancestors ate during the existence of the temple. Why are we eating that thing? Because before the Lord, blessed be he, passed over the houses of our ancestors in Egypt, as it is said, you should say it is the sacrifice of the Passover unto the Lord who passed over the houses of the children of Israel. Hey, it's the pun. Passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians, but spared our homes. And the people, of course, then bowed and worshipped the Lord our God.
Twig,
Matzahs.
tell us about the matzah. And point,
That's the matzah.
That's the point.
Unleavened bread, which we now eat. What does it mean? It's eaten because the dough of our ancestors had not had time to become leavened. Before the Supreme King of Kings, the Most Holy, blessed be He, revealed Himself unto them. There was a lot of embellishment for that. Damn. and
There's a lot going on.
redeemed them. And as it is said, they have baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they had brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not yet leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and they could not tarry. Then neither had they made any
Torn
provisions.
between making a stupid comment
for
about
themselves.
thrust and kicking
You know
myself.
what? God damn it! I held back, and now you take the comments.
You want to take the comments? Take
Oh,
the
there was
comments.
also the groaning before.
Yeah, I was wondering why you
groaning,
didn't
the
say anything. I was
moaning.
letting you have it, and you didn't do anything with it.
Well,
Anyway,
let's
I'm
see.
so annoyed that I didn't go to Brooklyn to get the soft matzahs. Anyway.
I already
This
did
is
the groaning joke last
Go,
week.
go,
This
go.
is
Sorry.
like a super redundant, like this Maxwell House thing.
Not
This is so
translated
goddamn
well.
redundant.
It's not
translated
And
translated
the
well.
grammar is so
Boys,
bad.
girls, and
I've been
adults
sitting here
make up their
thinking that
minds.
I'm like, going nuts. Like, oh, did I just read that? No, it just repeats itself, and it's like, as it is said 1,000 times, and it's bad grammar.
Well, no,
I'm
in defense, it
just
says Shanette and Mar a lot. That's
Yeah,
Also-
yeah, I was about to be like, it actually just says that in Hebrew. Commotion and as it is said, it does in fact do a lot of
As
those
the
references
good
a lot.
book says.
That being said,
It's almost like this was written by a coffee
Quote.
producer and not.
Also,
what?
it only says
Yeah.
70 in the book and not 6 score, 3
Yeah, I
score,
know.
and 10.
That's 70. Do you not
Is
know how
this-
score
When was this
is?
first done? Like in the 60s?
This one?
Yeah,
I
like-
want to say in the
This
40s.
paper
40s.
feels like it's 70s. It has
The
a
paper, but I'm
70s
not about
have
the
no
translation.
clue where I got that
The
from.
Translation.
clunky, ye shall, old
Look at this
translation.
60s looking family though that are.
I
having their
know,
Passover
right?
Seder.
It's
I
so
don't think you can
nostalgic.
see it.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Show the
Ooh,
good
I
folks.
can't reach any
Oh,
further
God,
than
I
that, but there you
remember that
go.
picture.
Right?
Yeah, it's like
It's
a,
very
like
Mad
a,
Men-esque.
It's like a
It's
very,
very.
Yeah, it's like a very 50s looking family who look like they're all about to kill
He's
each
got a
other.
mask. Yeah, look, we
Sorry,
Listen.
Siri doesn't understand.
can't really see it.
Don't
No,
worry about
really
it.
can't.
It's not Siri's fault.
How is this? No,
Yeah,
yeah, you got it.
there you go,
Perfect.
Look
there
at
you
got
go.
that
it.
Mad Men family. Look at that
They're all their little
1950s
ties. The guy's wearing, but the guy's
They
in
look
jungle.
like they're about to murder each
The guy,
other.
I don't know if you could see this, but his what are these called? The crinkles
The
by the
crinkles
eyes.
by the eyes?
Well,
That's-
there's a word for it.
Like
I do
crow's
not know the
feet,
word.
maybe?
Crow's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs Botox.
He does need both.
Well, I mean,
It's a
he's
little-
At the
already,
very least, he should have started retinol at least. 2
he's
years
already
ago.
a
I
mime.
know. Come on.
I mean, it looks like he's got like white makeup on his face, so he's a juggalo or a mime. It's a
Or he's just really attempting to cover up his age and failing because nobody ever taught him how to do it right.
That's the red
Or-
one he
or-
put
or
on
he's
this
a
morning.
It's true.
Or he's a geisha. That is an
Geisha.
explanation I did not
So,
consider.
Tim, Maror.
Maror.
Point.
Yeah, where were we? Okay.
Pointing.
Pointing.
There we are. And the bitter herbs, the maror that we eat. What
No,
does
we're
it
not.
signify? It signifies how the Egyptians
Maror.
embittered our
Hold on a second,
lives.
Guys, the Maror, they're also pointing. Can you, Michael, can you hold it up so that we can see that we're pointing and making fools of
Now
ourselves?
that we have
I want you
started
to know that the book is also pointing.
As the good book points.
No.
Almost.
There you go, there you
That's the focus. Look at that.
Look, the book is pointing.
Look at those fingers. Look at those fingers. Yes.
Point at the maror.
Thank you for indulging us.
Okay. It embittered the lives of our ancestors in Egypt, as it is written. They
Yeah,
made
Moshe
life
and Mud.
bitter. Well, with hard labor, with clay and bricks, and with all kinds of labor in the field.
Not fun.
Whatever work tasks they performed, they were backbreaking. What does yours say about that one? Is it backbreaking?
Backbreaking labor is the general translation. But
Okay.
Yeah, backbreaking labor.
So, Michael, bechol dor vador.
Chol dor vador. In every generation, it is one's duty to regard themselves as though they personally had gone out from Egypt. As it is written, you shall tell your children on that day, it was because of this that God did for me when I went out of Egypt. It was not only our ancestors whom God redeemed from slavery, we too were redeemed with them. As it is written, God brought us out from there so that God might take us to the land which God promised to our ancestors.
And now we have the blessing over the wine, which takes a while. But it will end with us drinking the wine.
My arm always gets tired.
לפיכך מחייבים מאוד הלל לשבח לפעל לרמים להדר לברך להוקלס למי שעשה לאותנו לנו עד כל ניסים האלו והוציאנו מעבדות לחירות מהגול לשמחה ומאבל יום טוב מאפל ללא הרע גדול ונשיב לגאולה ונאמר לפניו שיר חדשה הללויה הללויה הללו עד אדוני הללו את שם אדוני היא שם אדוני מבורך מעתה ועד עולם מבשר שמש עד מבואו מהולל שם אדוני רמה כל גויים אדוני אל השמיים כבודו מי כאדוני אלוהינו מאמין לשווא למשפיל לרוב בשמיים בארץ מקים מהפרדל מישבות יערים אביון, לושים דיבים, עם דברי המון מושיב עקרת הבית, הם עבדים שמחה, הללויה. בצאת ישראל ממצרים, בית יעקב מהמלואס, הייתה יהודה לקודשו ישראל ממשלותיו, הים רעב וינוס, הירדן ייסוב לאחור, ההרים רקדו חיילים, גבעות כבני צאן. מלך הים כי תנוס, הירדן תיסוב לאחור, ההרים תרגלו חיילים, גבעות כבני צאן. מלפני אדון כל הארץ, מלפני אלוהי יעקב, העובך יצור אגם מים, חלל ישוב המים לא מים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר גאלנו וגאלת אבותינו ממצרים, והגיענו הלילה הזה לאכול במצה ומרור, כן אדוני אלוהינו לאבותינו. יגיענו למועדים ולרגלים אחרים, הבאים לקראתנו שלום, שמחים מענייניך וששון מעבודתך, ונאכל שם מן הזבחים ומפסחים, אשר יגיע דמם על קרב מזבחך לרצון, ונודע לך שיר חדש על גאולתנו, ועל בנות נפשנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
Hell yeah, wine, it's nice.
That's sweet.
Oh, he's just going for it.
He's just
Y'all, he's just like putting that away.
It's a holiday. It's a holiday, people. It is commanded upon us. And then tomorrow's Easter, so you got to double dip.
Oh yeah, you got
yeah.
Happy Good Friday, we're a day late, and Happy Early Easter, we're a day early.
It's Good Saturday.
He is
It's
risen.
Good Saturday. I didn't know that was a thing.
He
Good
is
Saturday
risen
is
on like
Happy
all.
Good Saturday. Okay, anyway, I did not know that was a thing. Thank you for educating me.
Well, nobody cares about it, but it is a thing.
I'm sure some people care.
I heard about Good Friday. I've not heard about
I
Good
don't
Saturday.
remember Good
I always
Saturday.
thought the
Because
Christians got
nobody
a day off
cares
in between.
about it.
I don't know.
Brad, who makes supernatural holiday PSAs, definitely cares about it. Anyway, Shiny can tell you more about it in the comments.
I was a
Shiny, take it
Lutheran.
away.
I do not remember this.
Next,
Before I
next.
decide to,
I need to get out of here so I can check on the food.
Okay,
Yes,
let's.
you get out of there so you
And
can
in the
check on
meantime,
food.
well, we're going to do the Roman thing where we pass the bowl around. You thought this was not the origin. Dad just like had you serve him, but it's actually supposed to be everybody.
No, it does depend. I've read up on this one.
This is well, if you're doing it Roman style, everybody, which we
I
are,
thought we killed them.
we did, but your sister reenacts them and studies them.
Well,
So-
I
They
don't
killed
keep
us.
track. See, I still mix up the Greeks and the Romans, which I'm sure is sacrilegious in some circles.
It's
So
not
now we
sacrilegious.
also have
It's
the-
just
They
offensive.
mix each other up.
But don't kill my Rick. Christian Trulove gave it to me, and I love it.
Oh, my goodness.
Please do not kill my musical instrument. Would you like to do the hand washing, or you could do it?
I mean, by the
do
time
I
they.
get washed or do I wash myself?
By the
I wash my
way,
hands.
You
I am
wash
very
It's all
glad that I
supposed to
got
be
a Rommel pot on
Roman
that day,
style
but your
luxury.
instrument is prettier.
My instrument is
Perfect.
gorgeous.
Go.
Yeah, by the time the. Yeah, by the time the Turks blew them up, they were all speaking Greek. So
They never stopped speaking Greek in the Eastern Mediterranean, but they were still considered themselves part of the Roman Empire. Nobody called them Byzantium until well after their fall. They were
Yeah.
the Eastern Roman Empire.
someday,
I'm learning so much.
your empire
well,
will
your sister
go
has
into
a
a
degree in
city. It will
archaeology and
fall.
decides that
It will
this is
be
fun.
destroyed. Everyone will be dead. There'll be a very peppy song about it.
אשר קידשנו וסתם ציוונו על נטילת ידיים.
Different connection is gonna get his IR degree at LSE.
That's wonderful, just like me.
I that's what I said when I found out. He's leaving the firm in a few months.
That's wonderful. Good for him. He has fun. It was not fun to get your master's degree.
No, but he's like very like
Oh,
into like
sure.
London or whatever. He actually recently flew to London for one of our cases. I'm very excited about that.
Excellent museum.
But they forced him to fly an economy because paralegals are forced to fly an economy.
F.
I guess you can put my foot in the oven.
F in the
Press
chat.
F.
F in the chat.
Okay.
Flying
F in the chat
economy.
for my paralegal.
So answer the question. Should I warm stuff now or later?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Rachel's here. I didn't know Rachel was here. Pass to the backstory. Is this a touch screen? Can I do it? Hell
Mhm.
yeah. Oh. There's just a lot of really fun things. Okay, so Shiny a couple of months ago was making a shit ton of cheese puns, and she's still saying that her autocorrect is still saying things like, instead of brie for matzah brie, we were talking about that like half an hour ago, it says
Brie.
brie long and brie leave, and she also says that your hand is very cinematic. She appreciates your theatricality.
Oh, that's about me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm very good at reading and emoting and inflecting.
Touch the screen.
What?
Touch the screen.
Touch the
Baraka.
screen. Boop. I'm touching the screen, but I guess you want me to like, pretend to touch the camera.
It's a touch screen. So don't do that.
It's
I
just.
booped your nose.
It's not sacrilegious to mix up the Romans and the Greeks.
It's not
Just
sacrilegious.
incorrect.
It's just incorrect.
I'm now on camera. Here's
This
your
is my
30
brother.
seconds. Hi.
I'm very proud of him. He's very smart and very funny.
I'm actually not that smart, but I'm organized.
Well, that says a lot considering everything.
Don't drink and drive.
Do not.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו אותם ציוונו על אכילת מצה.
Amen.
Amen.
Matzah crunch. No, I wanted a tiny piece.
I'm sorry. You could
It's
always break
okay.
it into tinier pieces. I assure you it is very
You
possible.
can just shuffle.
Twig, can you move your glass for me?
Oh, sorry.
iPods. I want a small-
La Brute.
Bless you.
It's spring.
Yeah, it's that season.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually allergic to August, but actually, not so bad after I left Minnesota.
It's a tough season for allergies.
Now that we have eaten the matzah,
Thank God.
we will now eat
Carbs.
the maror.
What's my favorite part?
It does. We did
I
have a
have-
nice sinus cleaning.
Yeah.
We take the bitter herb and we dip it into the charoset, which is the sweet pudding thing, which is also all right. So here's the deal with it.
My dad would just like give us a piece
I
of
have
horseradish.
I have
on the
romaine
matzah
I have
and
romaine
stuff.
lettuce. I have romaine lettuce. I have sticks of horseradish. I also have ground up horseradish. What would you like? And you can have all of the above if you want.
Oh God. Yes, all of the above.
All of the above
Let's
is
be
it.
correct
adventurous.
answer.
Let us be adventurous and go with all of the above.
You know, you got to get your doses of Judaism in high concentration, people.
It's true. It's true. And then so we put this here.
Oh, it's the good horseradish.
It's the good horseradish.
None of this purple
None of
stuff.
this
None of this
purple
stuff.
stuff. This isn't
stuff.
gefilte fish,
No.
ladies and gentlemen, and those who get to make up their minds. To go
Pass
with my
that down
favorite
in that
desserts.
direction. Tim, which would you prefer?
I'll take the same thing, but 2 sticks.
Oh!
Wow.
Someone's got a big dick over here.
Very good. And Twig, which would you prefer?
I'll just take the mushy horseradish for now. 'Cause
Just-
I feel like keeping
So is
my
your name
nose-
spelled Twig like a twig,
Like a
like
branch.
like a stick,
Like a-
but a small one.
but a small one?
Yeah, that one.
You're a small stick.
I am a small stick. Well,
Cheers to-
yeah.
I assume romaine lettuce.
Yeah.
Yes, because I could.
Was there
I
an
could.
alternative?
Well,
A
you
spoon.
just said you
Yeah.
said just the horseradish
You could've just given
and
me a
the
stick.
Oh, no,
charoset.
I meant that I didn't want a stick of horseradish.
You did not want a stick
But
of
I want the
horseradish.
rest of the stuff.
So actually, I'm gonna make my dad proud. I want a little bit of the stick on this matzah. Let's go.
Just the stick on the matzah.
matzah.
Look, it's like a burrito.
It is like a burrito. It's super cute. But-
that is sacrilegious to both Mexicans and to Judaism.
And the
I think
charoset.
you're right.
Just put the charoset and the ground one in a leaf. I'm gonna do both things. I'm gonna do what my mom does, which is like mix it with a ton of charoset and pretend the marrow part doesn't exist. But I'm first gonna do what my dad does, which is clear my sinuses
So
out.
you want the
Yeah.
ground, and you also want the ground in here.
Yeah, I want the ground in there.
Just a small stick with a big heart. That makes me sound like a character in an anime.
That's so cute. Oh, you're the protagonist. You're the protagonist.
All I need is pink hair now.
I mean, whatever. You can
Everyone
always
needs
just get a
pink hair.
wig or something.
You
And
gotta
that way you
have
can
pink
change
hair.
your hair color whenever you want.
No, I'll just start growing pink. That's how it works.
Oh, you just start growing pink. I have yet to achieve that. I wish you luck on your pink journey. You're welcome.
And for this is the one thing that we eat, not reclining, sitting up straight, because this is symbolic of slavery.
But it's also
Oh,
just
okay.
a sandwich.
Yes.
It's a sandwich.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher קידשנו וסותיו ציוונו, על אכילת מרור.
Okay.
Right.
Honk.
And at this point, we also take some of the matzah.
Slimy, yep, satisfying.
We take some of the matzah.
Not
and
a
we
reference
put-
I was expecting, but
We take our maror and our charoset and we put it with the matzah as well. Take some of the matzah for yourself to combine with, or if you have eaten all, then you
Julia,
can
I
take more.
just did it.
That'd be
Can I
all right.
take more horseradish?
Go
Yeah,
for it.
Go for it.
Here is another
You know, that
spoon.
really
Yeah,
still
thank
does
you.
clear the sinuses, people.
Mhm.
Yep.
So good.
And we also eat it with the matzah and the maror
Ah.
together. Why? In memory of Hillel.
This hearty dough.
Korech, the sandwich. Zecher lemikdash kehillel. Back in the
Christian
days
True Love,
of
I do this for
Hillel.
you. If you're watching,
You
I know
remember
you've been
Hillel,
craving
right?
the Hillel sandwich. She's been craving the Hillel sandwich.
You
Do
remember?
this for you.
Indeed. You remember Hillel, right? He's the guy who was famous for standing on one foot.
No. The other guy was standing on one foot.
No, Hillel was standing on the one
No,
foot.
how do you
No.
explain the Torah in one foot? It's the other guy standing in the foot. You're the one explaining. Hillel's the explainer.
Come on, your reading comprehension is normally so strong. I can already tell, having met
No,
you
wait,
half an
yeah.
hour ago.
No, the guy challenged him to explain Judaism while standing on one foot. I believe Shammai had the better answer.
What was
Shammai, I feel like
Shammai's
it's
answer was
highly
go away, I don't
underrated.
have time for you.
Exactly. Shammai is underrated. Anyway, are we doing the thing?
We're doing the thing.
Sandwich time.
זכר מקדש כהלל, כן עשה הלל בזמן שבית המקדש קיים. This is what Hillel did back when the בית המקדש, back when the temple was a thing. היה כורך מצה ומרור, he would take the matzah and the maror and wrap it together, ואוכל ביחד and eat it at once. לקיים מה שנאמר, על מצות מורים יאכלוהו. In order to fulfill what is written, on matzah and maror, you shall eat it.
The question is, how do you wrap a cracker? The answer is you don't. The point is that this is not leavened bread. It doesn't have to be hard. And I didn't get to go to Brooklyn this time, but there is a community that makes soft matzot, so they're still made within like the whole time limit. All the laws are fulfilled, etc., etc. But the point is, you can actually wrap it like a laffa, and then your sandwich makes a little bit more sense.
Jews are masochists.
Doesn't taste that much better, but
It's true. We have now reached
It's not about the taste; it's about the physical wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
So just so our
It's also about the
audience
taste.
is aware of what is coming, we have just finished the first major slugfest of the
Okay.
Seder. These rituals talking about the Exodus from Egypt, all of these
Oh,
other
my hands
things.
again.
We have now reached the section. So we have now reached a section of the Seder which takes as long as we feel like it taking, which is the food part. This is the part where we eat, and we will eat, and we will talk, and we will
And we will play music, maybe.
we will definitely
Yeah,
sing.
let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
do that.
We will definitely sing. We might play. If I feel like bringing the bouzouki out.
Where's the put it?
Bazooki,
It's in the other room.
Bazooki,
Why did you
bazooki.
Food first.
Food first. Food
Food
first.
first.
I'm
Food
gonna
first.
get up so I can.
This
also
will take. This will take however long it will take. You may feel.
If
free
you
to
have
stick
dinner, you
around.
should eat it.
Yeah, do it.
If you have food, eat it. And then after we have eaten, we will do the final part of the Seder, which will involve more singing.
Yay.
And I'm going to leave it to them because do you want my help or will I get in the way? I will come help. And now you will get to hear the disembodied voices of Tim and Michael. While I
Truly
get
what you
food.
came here for.
obviously, yes. They're so entertaining.
Okay, now actually, I'm going to go on camera, folks. I'm very curious. I'm very curious about your subculture and what's going on in the chat. So this is like one of those studies of a different culture. So Bannock could be used. I don't know what Bannock is.
It's not just Braca with a autocorrect on.
I was kicked out of the kitchen to entertain the man.
What is Bannock?
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm gonna scroll.
What's going on?
Did we miss any chats? She's a small stick and carries a bit. No, wait, that's
Talk about the Mara because it's at a stick of Mara.
dinner time soon. Bannock is bread. Yeah, okay, I got that from the context. There are a lot of types of bread.
No, we can only have one
start
type.
off with soup.
Being organized is a hella skill. My nose. I have a big nose.
And yes, indeed.
Juice. I'll take my soup.
Do you want a paper towel to like clean off your plate?
I will dip matzah in the soup to prove that I am.
You
But
can
you
eat
do
your
not- can
brux.
you
Eat
get
your brux. It's not.
Okay, I've had like what's that type of like bread pudding? That's Irish or is that Scottish? I've had that. Does that count? No, it probably doesn't.
Ever since I heard about the Vilna go
Nice
and
hair, by
taking
the
a
way.
Oh, thank you. I take care of it. I comb it every day.
Aw.
Run
nice.
it through water. A little bit of pomade. That's a matte pomade, so you don't shine. You know, you want to look natural. It can be matted in a frying pan over a fire. I don't think they're talking about me.
Bannock is bread.
Bannock is
Scottish quick bread
Oh, okay.
with a banished Jon Snow at the end of Game of Thrones.
Wait, what?
We don't talk about that show.
We don't talk about that show anymore. Yeah.
I like
It ended.
the
It ended.
ending.
It ended as she
No,
crossed the
no.
narrow sea with all of her dragons, and that's when the show unfortunately was canceled. And
Yeah, it's so nice if they had actually, warned you what Daenerys was going to be like. Like, when she burnt a woman alive.
You might be talking about. I assumed you were talking about my brother at the point in time.
burn a woman alive?
First season.
Okay, but she deserved it.
Oh yeah, the one
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"Hey, your husband's a rapist, and all my friends got killed by him.
Sure,
And
but
she goes,
then-
Die!
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but,
burn you
like,
alive now."
They could have done a lot more to build it up. Also, they did my boy Rhaegal dirty.
I'll still.
She kind of
Shiny!
forgot about the Iron Fleet. What the fuck?
Well, okay. Shiny wants to talk about Game of Thrones with you.
Be a dragon. R.I.P. Dame Diana Rigg. R.I.P.
But the other dragon, going,
She was very old. It's like R.I.P. but not F because like you don't have to pay your respects to a woman who's lived a full life.
You do pay your respects because that's because she's lived a full life. God.
Wait, which dead woman are we talking about? You. Okay, it's your thing.
Olenna Tyrell. That's Shiny. She's one of my best friends.
Yeah, but
By the way,
I love you.
Rachel King.
Rachel King is a wonderful human.
Rachel King.
Everybody talks
There
about
is
Bruno.
a fucking banger remix of We Don't Talk About Bruno. And let me tell you, you won't unlisten to it. It's a banger. I was literally doing my taxes today while listening to the remix of We Don't Talk About Bruno. And then I cried because it turns out I owe the federal government money and now I vote Republican.
No, you don't.
No. I don't actually vote
He
Republican.
does not vote Republican. Everybody calm
He
down.
doesn't even vote.
I don't know about that. Hold on. That's just libel and slander.
That is
sir.
libel and slander.
Yeah. My brother is a good citizen. Thank you.
I was really annoyed is when you watch Fight Club and you want to talk about it, and everyone only has one line that they know from that movie.
I've never seen it actually.
Also, your taxes are due on Monday, so get that shit done.
It's due Monday. I thought it was due yesterday.
No, because
Monday,
they
the 18th.
I
cheated.
killed
Monday the
myself
18th.
for nothing.
You got an extension, dude.
I know, but I had to fret about it.
Well, you
And
did it
worry.
anyway.
You
so
did
it's
it
fine.
anyway.
You always do that anyway. It's fine. Also, how do you all like this soup?
This
First
soup
of
is
all,
excellent.
fantastic.
lovely. It's got a nice
it is,
peppery bite. I really like it.
Yay, I'm
This is
correct.
a perfectly balanced soup. It's like the Thanos of soups.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
a-
I'm
Thanks,
it is
so,
a-
Michael.
I'm
Thanks.
so happy you think my soup is Thanos.
It is a lentil soup because we do not believe in kidney oat.
We
Or
Or
eat
rather, we
beans.
do believe in kidney.
It
We like to eat
also-
kidney. We eat kidney oat in this house.
I shared that video that he made a decade ago about kidney oat, and I will do it every
that was
year.
terrible work.
It's a terrible video, and
It's
I
on the
love
channel
it.
if you'd like to watch it.
I hate my
Thanos,
old
the
work.
hand of fate.
It also has
Too
butternut
bad you were
squash,
correct.
by the way.
Yes, it
Oh, I
also
was
has
right.
which
I
is
was
one of my favorite splashes.
And it's from a medieval recipe from the Middle East, but I tweaked the recipe to add more spice because it needed more spice.
Oh, it's a good amount of spice. So thank you for adding it.
Yeah, this is great.
I love these comments.
You can see how I What's going on? What's
So
happening?
by no resolve. Wait, let me look this up for you.
What's happening?
It's literally one of my recently played.
Anyway,
Another thing we should bring to the table.
Oh, do
Where
you want me to
is it?
pass you this?
Oh, good God, yes.
The remix is by
mm,
beam apostrophe em. So it's B as in biz, capital M apostrophe and then em. That is the We Don't Talk About Bruno remix. And it's got like a green fiery logo or shit or whatever on Spotify. That's how you know you're in the right place.
Thank you.
So we have here, normally on
Stabilize
Saturday
that.
night, Foxy would be doing Foxy's drinking hour.
Indeed.
Is
And-
this not Foxy's drinking hour?
It sort of is.
This is
except it's-
Foxy's drinking
this is
3
Rabbi-
hours.
This is Rabbi Dude's Seder with more alcohol.
Pass us.
Obviously, you're not a
okay.
golfer.
No,
No,
oh,
no.
really?
I'm leaving in like a minute or two.
Oh, so
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
yeah. At least you got some.
I'm celebrating my freedom by
leaving
Clubbing.
early.
Literally though, that's
It's
excellent.
not
That
a
is
bad way to
totally
do
that
it.
is
It's
that
not
is
a bad way to
acceptable.
celebrate.
I just had soup and now I'm going to enter man soup. If you know, you know. And if
I
you
love
don't
how
know,
we're like
too bad
sending
for
you
you.
off with like a nice soup.
It is very good. Yes, it's very wholesome.
Now you can also stay for with there is chicken. You do not have to stay any
There's
longer
chicken,
than
I
you
made
than you want
goulash,
to.
I
But
made
there is
stir
food.
fry.
Hey, if he's got, the man has places to go.
Absolutely.
I
If you
have
have
places to go, boys to see. All the boys in New York are just lining up.
this is the city for it.
I'm very, I'm
we
very
have to
proud of
offer
you.
is an Empire chicken.
It's like
I
I do
feel like
not
he's
I do
had
not
it.
care what San
I
Francisco
don't
has
know
to
about my
say.
shirt.
I do not care what San Francisco has to say. New York Stonewall is the original.
I mean,
New York.
obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Was
the
there
gay
debate
club
about
scene here
this?
is better. The gay party scene in San Francisco, they get rowdy. Let me tell you.
Fair enough. I shall walk you to the door because it is written that you should walk a guest at least as far
Can I
as
hug you?
10 steps past the
You may
door.
even hug me on camera.
Yes.
I don't need to hug you on camera. You're my brother, and I care about you.
They're hugging on camera.
We're
Oh my
Oh, I don't care about that.
Patagonia, worth the premium. Bye.
Have fun.
Oh my God.
Don't set too much on fire. Love you. Bye. I'm so proud of him.
Me too. I'm proud of his clubbing.
I'm so proud of his clubbing. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Just like he's grown up so well. He's got his shit together. He parties hard. I'm so
I
proud of his
know.
theatricality is how you can tell he's related to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
He has a wonderful dog. He has a wonderful partner. I'm so proud of him.
He's doing very well for himself.
Doing very well.
No.
And he is loyal. Your mother must be so proud.
We don't talk about mom.
We don't
Talk
talk
about mom.
Thank you. Anyway, shall we toast on the camera?
Yes.
And shall we
Fig,
toast?
you have seen us drink this before because you have
It's
to have
so
the-
good, y'all.
So this is not a mystery booze. We have had this before. We
I
know what
believe
it is
it
like.
was the mystery booze forever ago.
It was a mystery
On
booze
Foxy's
long
drinking
ago.
hour.
Long
Last year.
ago. Zachlein
Ah,
Fig Arak.
it's so good.
It is strong and it is yummy.
I'm gonna make it.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Chaim tovim v'aruchim v'shalom.
Actually, I already drink it, but toast my water.
Tasty, tasty. I'm just getting to it.
So where did this soup recipe originally come from?
Oh, is the cookbook back there?
The cookbook is here.
Because I didn't actually. I was rushing to make it, so I didn't actually.
You didn't look at the
I
little thing at
didn't
the
look
beginning.
at the little bit of the
This is
floor
a wonderful
there.
book, and again, we will be doing cooking with Foxy
This
again
was
soon.
actually the last
PDA,
one that we
PDA,
used
should
on
PDA.
Cooking with Foxy. This was the last one we did.
Oh.
This cookbook. If I could find it, that would be great.
It was open to it just a bit ago.
I know. The funny part is that I kept opening to it like on the first try accidentally before, and now I'm like.
Now that you
struggling.
are
now that I'm in
intentionally
front of the
moving
camera,
forward.
I'm
Shiny has
struggling to
asked
find
me X amount of time ago, 36 minutes ago, what was the good translation for the drops of wine? Do you mean the detzach adash be'achav? That's just a contraction in Aramaic. It's not like
It's
a
an al-
translation.
It's an acronym.
acronym. Thank you. Words? What are those?
You find it?
Yeah, I have found it, but I'm gonna let you look at it because I can't pronounce it.
I haven't seen him IRL in a
All right,
really
so the
effing long time
Squash and
because
lentil soup.
pandemic, And for a while he was across the country. I was moving, so like I literally haven't seen his face like in front of me without a screen for a very long time. He did run a Seder for me last year. Not last year, the year before, the first year of the pandemic. I don't know how time works. I didn't know how time works because I'm ADHD and I'm not nearly as organized as my brother. But the first pandemic Passover, he ran a Seder and he was excellent at it. So I'm just like glad that we can like even in some sort of small way return the favor. And I just love my siblings are pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. I've only met the one so far, but
he's the cool one. And there's one in Israel, and he's getting married in the oil.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this soup that we are drinking, or
Soup?
the marqa nafia li al-sal in Arabic. The recipe says take a gourd, onion, lentils, water, muri, and cumin, and cook together. One should eat it and sip it without salt, for indeed it is beneficial, God willing.
But I love salt.
So here's the thing.
And this is written by Al-Waraq Abu Muhammad Al-Musafar ibn Nasir ibn Sayyar, and that is his name. And it comes from his book, Kitab al-Tabih wa Isla al-Ardi. Isla al-Ardiya al-Maqulat wa Taiba al-Atima al-Masnuat.
So basically, like, this is the book of feasting and good recipes.
Yes.
I mean, that's a very, very rough
So,
translation.
and-
My Arabic is mostly non-existent, FYI, except for the curses. I do know that. I used to live in Israel. All the cursings in Palestinian Arabic.
Kosemek is a wonderful word.
Yes, but you should say it on camera.
I'm sorry.
So
I just had 2 cups of wine
Two?
and the arak is the
if
word
I
for
could
this
just
thing.
get a quick word in,
Go for
because
it.
I was the one who made actually all of the food tonight, but including
You
the soup. But so when I initially tried, like I tasted the soup, and you'll realize they want you to make it without salt. I'm not really sure what the purpose is to make it without salt, other than maybe it's supposed to be more like a beverage.
Well,
than
because
soup.
he says because it's good
It's a
for
rock
you.
that's beneficial
probably-
for cough, specifically.
It probably
Corona.
is good for you to have less salt in it, but that being said, it tastes very, very
Marak.
incomplete without the
Mhm.
salt in
Marak.
it.
It's the same word in Hebrew, marak, soup.
It is.
And so, I added that, but I also tweaked the recipe too, because this is really just lentils, squash, and like a little bit of like miso paste, and then that's it. So what I did was I added a ton of paprika and salt, and I also added a little bit of red pepper flakes, and I think
Okay,
that's
that's
about
nice.
it.
Do you want
It's
the,
really
oh,
delightful.
Yes.
You completely knocked it out of the park.
Basically, I
Really
made it spicy, which you
Mhm.
should do. If you do make this recipe, I highly recommend that you also do something similar.
Where should I put this in the meantime?
Oh, it goes right behind you, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
with those.
I believe
Good.
it's time to bring out the
Recently.
next course.
Oh, next course.
let me
Hooray.
collect the bowls and the spoons. Collect spoons too.
You might need them.
Okay.
Really?
How?
Never know.
You never know. Never mind. There's not so much space.
Fair enough. I will keep my spoon just in case. All right, here, let us.
No. I do this. You start plating, and I'll start watching.
You
Oh,
actually,
yes.
you should stall. Somebody should
I
be
shall
here.
The
stop.
brother
You
plate.
shall stall.
This comes in with you. I'm smelling wonderful things coming from this kitchen. I am very happy with Twig. She has done a very good job with the cooking.
Very good.
With you are familiar with our Cooking with Foxy show.
Yes, I've watched it.
good.
Sometimes I watch it. Yes,
I'm glad to know people watch it.
I
know you guys watch it. You are watching
Yes.
this now, so presumably you
Yeah.
watch the other thing.
when I comment, I'm Teddy Bear Cannibal
Yes, I remember. Yes,
because that was the first book I published. Not a very good book, but
it's
it was,
all right.
it was very amateur.
I am very dissatisfied with my early work.
Yeah.
It's part of being any kind of artist. You look
The
at your
first
early
one
stuff
was,
and go,
yeah.
my God, what was I thinking?
I actually just edited a story from 7,000 words down to 3,500 words. I think it actually might work this time. I've been working on that thing for years, but
Oof.
it's a haunted hotel room story. Not very good. I think it's better now. I think it's more tight.
I feel like hotels would not would hotels naturally be haunted or naturally not? I feel like they are places of temporary dwelling to begin with, so I feel like a ghost wouldn't want to stay.
Yeah, or the ghost would. Anyone who died there would want to stay. And on the other hand, now I'm thinking, well, if I just did a haunted hotel story, maybe I'd just rip you off The Shining. But probably not. Whatever. It's a.
Oh, I forgot The Shining was a thing.
Yeah.
But
And of course, but yeah, my recent stuff, the Go Ask Ophelia, the one where I just have two people talking about the worst Hamlet stagings they could think of, like one Hamlet with rats, because wouldn't Hamlet be much more fun if rats were buying the actors?
what?
And Hamlet and Larry's were having a fist fight at the end?
Instead of a sword fight.
Yeah, just punching the hell out of each other.
Part of a key plot point is the fact that Laertes has a sharp sword instead of a blunted one and has put poison on it. So what is he doing if he's fist fighting?
They drop the swords and they punch each other. Then he takes the sword and stabs them.
Oh, so they start fighting with the swords. And then they both drop their swords intentionally.
And then they beat the crap out of each other. Because the actors really don't like each other.
Now, in this scene, they are ostensibly, the purpose of this scene is that they are fighting each other in a duel, a rapier duel. So isn't there a referee of some kind who would say, stop this, you are not supposed to be fist fighting, this is a rapier fight?
But then, of course, the Ghost of Ophelia is also on stage, enjoying herself.
What do you mean by enjoying herself?
Well, can we say that? Well, yeah, she's enjoying herself.
Ah! What is?
I'm just thinking, like, that would be a Hamlet I'd want to watch. Actually, there's a lot of Hamlets I don't want to watch. Actually, the one in the Central Park in 2009 was awesome.
I did not see that one.
It had Sam, it had the guy from Law and Order as dumb guy, Polonius. Yeah, Polonius.
Which guy from Law and Order?
Sam, what's his face? Waterston?
Which one does he play?
The main lawyer guy who was on it forever.
Oh, the one who is ever so slightly cockeyed.
Yeah.
That one, yes.
Yes, he was playing a very dementia-prone Polonius.
I can see that working.
But then the Hamlet was like really intense and really fun to watch because you need that for 4 hours. You can't have Kenneth Branagh making general speeches.
All right, here's the thing about Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet. There are different versions of Shakespeare's works. There is, as far as the earliest versions, you have the first folio and you have the second folio, and then these different versions of the plays that were put together because Shakespeare did not write down his full play all in all and put it in a book and leave it on a table and say, here is my collected works. That is not how he did things. He would write his play and then he would distribute the lines out to the actors. And later the actors got together and said, let's get all of our lines together and compile it into a final version of the plays. And this was done after Shakespeare was already
Can
dead.
you grab the bowl?
Actually,
so that she can put down the trivet where the bowl is. I'm going to empty out that bowl.
Good idea.
Do you want to put the trivet down? It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
Take the trivet.
Trivet is on the head.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Oh yeah, no, it was cardboard. So it's not
Do you want me to
that
put this there?
Yes,
Okay.
on the trivet.
Trivet! You guys never had your tea, by the way.
And here's these. We put them in bowls. Thank you for bringing them.
So what do we have here, Tim, that you have brought?
Okay, this is what is this one? Did I make this? Oh yes, this is goulash.
Very good.
Lovely.
I was going to make a stew, but they said, I got tomatoes. And then this is just spring roll stir fry with, fake bacon and turkey and what do you call those? Peppers? Yeah, peppers.
Sounds good.
Cool.
So to finish the thought. So, point is that there are different versions of, because of this, there are different versions of the original plays of Shakespeare. And there are 3 different versions specifically of Hamlet. Normally, when people put on a version of Hamlet, they will cut out parts because it is a very long play.
And it
So
can
you
get real
cut
boring.
out the parts that just keep going and you don't want to listen anymore.
And my theater history professor,
That is-
7 minutes.
7-minute Hamlet.
As he said, it's a boring play. You hear who's there, you know the whole scene.
So, point is, Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, for some reason, this man decides that the best way to do Hamlet is to take every version, take the 3 versions and all of the lines. This is a line that only appears in
No,
one
no, these are
version.
for serving.
We keep this
Oh, these are
line.
for
This
serving.
version only no, we keep it. Every line possible we put together to make the longest version
while
of
I'm
Hamlet
up, give
anyone's
me your
ever
plate.
seen.
Tell me which way you want.
I'll take all 3, honestly. Also, this little thing, we didn't introduce it. This is another thing that we made. Is it hot? Okay.
It's warm enough. We made this together.
So we
made it together.
I believe we made this on Cooking with Foxy before.
We
That
did?
is from the D&D cookbook.
It's such a good
It
cook with you
is
guys.
a qualinesti of vegetable
How
stew.
much?
That's good actually.
Okay.
It's
Basically,
basically
ratatouille
ratatouille,
with a different name.
pretty much.
We
The
made it
D&D-ified.
together. We had a system.
We
It was
did.
a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you. So, that's okay. That's fine.
Sorry. I don't know.
The couple
I'll
years-
give whatever I can't finish to the rabbi.
The fun thing about Hamlet is that the end scene where he's
There's
doing
more in
it
the
is
kitchen
such
anyway.
a light. It feels so light because no one's making big speeches. They're just
Tim, what's in the stir
Plain.
fry?
peppers, fake bacon, real turkey, and I think
This is
that's
actually
this.
delicious. Not gonna lie.
Nice.
I like your stir-fry.
Oh yes, I also put what do you call it? Cabbage.
Nice.
Mm.
Okay, so that was mine because I'm just going in order here.
Mhm.
Get out of my chair. How much of each do you want? I'm just gonna give you whatever, dude.
But, a bit of each. A
Bit of each.
everything.
Bit of everything, and we can refill the goulash, of course, and so on and so forth. Actually, I might just do that right now.
These are actually both great. Thank you for bringing these.
I'm really excited to eat them. We are having vegetables.
become
Oh
much
yeah.
We're healthy.
I've become much
Probably.
more friendly to paprika lately. It used to be I didn't like paprika. Now I'm like really
Oh,
like playing
paprika is
stuff.
my favorite. I love it.
Michael Twitty, when he came up here for like a Southern cooking panel, he did like a paprika kugel. Really good. I'm actually at the part of his book where he's talking about converting Judaism. Like he started learning Hebrew when he was 8.
Like
Way more impressive.
as in at the age of 8 he decided he wanted to convert to Judaism.
Wow.
That is impressive.
He didn't do it till college, but I mean, yeah, I didn't decide to do it till
While I
college.
was up. There we go. So here we go. Here we have a refill.
Have you read it? Do you know who Michael Twitty is?
Mm-mm.
He's a southern cooking historian. He's traced his lineage back to like Cameroon. He's also found out he was related to Sarah Palin. But
Oh,
you know,
wait.
The turkey is good.
Did he ever appear on Townsend's show?
I'm
I
not
love
sure.
Townsend. I love that guy.
Maybe.
If you have not seen this guy, he's on and Sons, I believe is the name of his channel.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
watched that one, but maybe.
He does late 18th century
Reenactment.
reenactment
And live cooking.
and
Yes.
cooking.
Okay.
Much
awesome.
like
I
what we
seem
did,
to.
but-
He
but-
did. He
but
did
much
a.
better
He did
editing.
a. He did an episode once on barbecue,
Yeah, that
like
would.
old barbecue recipes from late 18th century and early 19th century.
That
and
sounds
he
like
had
something
the-
Michael would be.
Is he not to be insulting, but a wider man?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I believe it's the same person I'm thinking of. Is I think that is the name. What Twitty?
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Twitty.
Michael Twitty.
Yeah, his blog's called Kosher Soul. His book is called The Cooking Gene, and he's got another one on rice.
So
So he
he's
converts Sephardic, but
well enough. That is how you do if you're going
Yeah.
to if you are going to convert to Judaism, go Sephardi. It's a better way to go.
Or you can just go conservative or reform and ditch the Kitneo ban. From
Fair
Trump.
enough. That's another way of doing it. There are different ways to avoid the Kitniot ban.
Most, I don't know about most, a great proportion of converts tend to have Jewish ancestry, and in the United States, it's usually but not always Ashkenazi. And it's actually a lot harder to trace ancestry if you're Sephardi than assumed, because like there's all these lists of like, oh, if you have this name, you're Sephardi, but most of those are bullshit. So a lot of people who think they have Sephardi ancestry usually just have Spanish ancestry. And then you get a lot of people, including people who get elected to, local government, who think they have background, but whether they actually do is in question because they're trusting incorrect sources. My friend Michael Wass and Caitlin Hollander actually do run, sorry to like random plug, but they do run a whole thing about genetic servicing. So they can really help you trace your family ancestry if that's a thing you're into. And they go by actual documents. So it takes a lot longer, but it is a lot more reliable.
Very cool.
I don't have a lot of skills. I feel like my one skill is I know really amazing people who do amazing things. And I give a calendar class.
I have
a cool brother. Those are my three things. A calendar class, cool brother, awesome friends. Those are my three things.
I'm pretty sure there's more to you than that.
And I drink booze. And I sing songs. We have five things. Anyway.
Actually, I think that does cover it.
Which is 2 + 3.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck you.
Although if you're converting, you don't need to trace your ancestry.
Of course not.
No, of course
Unless you
not.
get
Of
sad
course
for
not.
years and years and years, you think, well, great-great-grandmother Von Austin, my mother's mothers, did come from the Pale Settlement. Or she came from a place where they killed babies, so probably the Pale Settlement.
I mean, yes, 6-4 does it. Converts are Jews. All Jews are Jews. There is no difference. That being said, some people want to trace their ancestry. If you're going to do it, I recommend the people who do it professionally don't trust random lists of names on the internet because anybody can put those together.
Harder with great-great-grandmother Von Austin because that was husband number 5.
What about
She
husband
met-
number 5?
Number 5 was the one she met on the boat named Von Austin.
Oh,
Number 4
okay.
was the boat once she left in Europe.
I mean, she clearly wanted to GTFO.
GTFO from Europe?
Who
You
does
don't
that?
say.
Right? How did we end up here?
why would you ever want a GTFO from Europe?
Well, right now I want a
Whatever happens in Europe.
state. We don't talk about Europe. I'm sorry.
We don't talk about Europe.
I'm actually really tired of the bad home Miranda, but he's
I know, you can't escape. You
there
can't
is no escape. It's very distressing, actually.
Hmm.
Can you pass
Oh,
more of the
right. I
turkey
meant to
stir
go
fry?
on that rant
Yes.
yesterday.
Rant away.
Well, no, I'm not going to do it now
Aw.
because YouTube audience. But
Okay.
I will do it later.
Secret.
Wait, what are we ranting about?
Time. We're not.
We're
Because of
not
YouTube audience.
yet because of YouTube
Yes.
audience. But yesterday, while I was drunk, I said I had a rant about it, and then I forgot again until now when I'm still drunk. So it's very counterproductive.
You live in the road.
We'll
of
get
drunk.
her drunk tomorrow at dinner.
You don't have that plugged in. It's gonna die.
That's gonna die. Can we plug this in?
And don't bump into it. Yeah. Well,
How did I
I'm gonna
not
do
plug
this
this
we
because
in?
I want
will
more
go
turkey.
down with this shit.
I will eat this stir fry and be
surrender.
happy. Why would I surrender to stir fry? The
Surrender
stir fry
to the
surrenders
There,
to
plugged
me.
in.
Stir fry surrenders to me. Thank you for making a stir fry with meat.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I'm
Ooh,
gonna
this
go
is
for
very good. The stir
this
fry is delicious.
fried meat over here. I'm gonna just fill up on that.
It is
I
very
know,
yummy.
I'm like,
fried
do I
meat.
even have room for anything else now? I don't know.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
What if we kissed to buy the stir fry?
Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that be so weird? If we just kiss? I mean, that would be so weird. I mean, not bad, but weird. Yeah. If we kiss, wouldn't that be weird?
Oh my god, I do not miss the dating scene.
With you, it always is.
Delete your apps forever. Nothing is worth that. What are the people saying?
State dependent memory twig. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a really good way. That's a very fancy way of putting it.
A couple of people have had to call off for the night, and we do.
That's
wish them good
fair.
night.
It's 11 o'clock
Is
Eastern
it
time
11?
right now, so
At least we didn't start
don't
eating
blame
all
you.
that.
I'm more well known for my wood. I don't.
Hey.
What? That isn't written there. That was you. Oh no, wait,
No,
that
it
is
says
there we are.
no. Thank you for including us in your Seder. Thank you.
Aw, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us on this weird little adventure.
Full of
And
food
I believe
booze.
after this we have the chicken, yes?
Yes, the chicken I did put back in the oven for a little
Mhm.
bit. So it's been cooking. And realistically, if you want to go around and turn off the oven, that'd be great.
I did make the goulash nice and spicy. Very good.
The goulash is very good.
I put the onion soup in there, and I threw a bunch of paprika and onion. I think garlic too. Always garlic.
Always garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you ever go eat at my place and you ask, what is this little white thing? It's garlic.
It's garlic.
Uh-huh.
The amount of garlic. Yeah, the garlic in a recipe is something that I always treat with mild contempt, and that I always put the amount of
Yeah.
garlic I feel like.
Yeah, I wish I had a knife.
One clove, one bud.
Keep my
Same
hand
thing.
like a barbarian. Yeah.
One bud. Oh, you mean head of garlic.
Head of garlic. That's what it's called. Okay.
Bud
Head
is
of
like
garlic, yes.
Bud.
Bud.
Your buddy, the
Pivot
garlic.
for chicken.
Buddy garlic.
Chicken.
Chimkin.
all those chickens.
We are going to need room. Go ahead and move
Take this
that.
off. Take this up.
bit.
Put this over here. Da, 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 da. Maybe I should drink this wine.
Drink water.
Yeah, first place I ever drank tequila was at the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, Shiny's still drinking with us. Oh no, feel better, honey. Feel better, Angel. But you can drink water with me. You want to drink water with me? Drink water with me. I'm going to refill it and put ice in it.
Oh, there is also potatoes. I forgot.
Potatoes.
Oh, the
Potatoes.
potates! Take the
Potatoes.
potates out!
If you could move your hagadot a little bit over.
Save the potates!
Should we just pour out that tea because it's gonna be cold tea now?
I am
That's
fine
what
with
drink it.
cold tea.
I just forgot about it.
I forgot about the tea as well. The tea was from earlier because sometimes it's nice to have tea while you are doing things. Chicken and potatoes.
יום ראשון תפוחי אדמה, יום שני תפוחי אדמה, יום שלישי תפוחי אדמה, יום רביעי תפוחי אדמה.
This is just a song about how every single day of the week we eat potatoes, and it's very appropriate for Passover.
You have rum, nice. Lamb dinner, heck yeah, and deviled eggs and apple cider, nice. First of all, Dr. Pepper is a wonderful drink, and it's also a good mixer.
It
My partner prefers getting caffeine through sodas
And not coffee, and Dr. Pepper is one of the only choices.
I mean, as someone who generally hates soda, like I've always hated soda, but the one
Look at
exception
this
I will
big
make
boy.
is Dr. Pepper.
He
I
also
think
drinks
that
Mountain
is-
Dew.
No, but yeah, if
Greens and
generally
browns,
soda
greens
haters,
and browns.
I'll drink Dr. Pepper.
I
When I-
mostly don't drink soda unless it's mixed
When I had to
with
start
booze.
drinking diet,
me
I drank
too,
the most
actually.
obnoxious drinks first because the diet does not really make it that much less obnoxious.
Lamb is tomorrow, nice.
We did not broadcast.
And you're making bagels, go you.
Oh, nice.
Rum and Canadian Coke. Is that one with like real sugar instead of corn syrup?
I thought that was a Mexican Coke. but
Yeah, I
could
thought it was
also be
Mexican Coke
Canadian.
too. You posted a Prince of Egypt meme about bagels? That sounds amazing. Heck yeah. You guys are great. Y'all having a good time. I love it.
Thank you for joining.
Yo,
us on
lamb
this
is
Passover
okay. So
adventure.
I'm sorry, Rachel. Don't hate us. We had lamb for first Seder last
We
night. It
did,
was
we
so
did. We didn't
good.
broadcast that one, but we did have it. Although we should have because it was a very, very good lamb.
It was
a
very good lamb, but there was only so much of it, and we ate it all.
It all one go.
All right, so we have spoon there for
There were no
potatoes.
leftovers.
No, not a single leftover. Last year we had a little bit, and we
And-
that was really
We remove this.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, chicken.
No, it looks like
Oh my
we're not
God! Wait a
aware.
minute. Can you like take another dumb photo of me going and the
I
chicken?
will.
Okay, hold
Well,
on.
first, actually, I need to get gloves so they can see the chicken.
Mhm.
Wait, no. Do whatever you want. Yeah, not
Wait, no.
selfie
Do whatever
mode.
you want.
Do whatever you want. Okay, but we're taking a photo. Remember that dumb photo that Sasha took of me?
I do
It was
remember that
amazing,
one.
and we're recreating it
Not
right
the
now.
first time that
Right
we've,
now.
actually, I mean, do you want me to go from this angle or you want me to go over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go from here, out of camera.
The camera is definitely in there. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get uncomfortable for a second. Thank you. Okay.
Shiny,
There's
I'll send it to
no
you.
way that I am getting the laptop out of that picture.
That's fine. The laptop can be in the picture. I just need.
So you can all see
Have it.
that is the chicken. In
I
question.
made that chicken.
Yeah.
Twig made that chicken. I made it.
And she did a
If it
very,
tastes terrible, you can blame
very
me.
good job.
Ding.
Ding.
Wait, Canadian Coke for $100? This is a thing?
That feels like a lot of
Hmm.
money
Mm-hmm.
because it is a lot of money.
Probably not the drink.
Oh, that is for a
An
silent
amazing
auction.
photo.
That
Thank
is
you
for a silent
so much.
auction for presumably charity.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Mm.
All right, I had a fork and a knife with which to
Presumably
carve
charity.
the
I like
chicken.
Is it still in the kitchen?
No, I believe I left it here on the table.
That's weird.
Tis.
I'm gonna take off the belt, or slash. I already did do that because it's time for more food. More food. More food. More food.
More food. Damn. I've had so much food
I
already.
think I did bring it back into the other room.
What are you looking for?
Knife and
The
fork
carving
for which to
implements.
serve the
The
chicken.
implements are
All right, I'll have more water. Water is good for me.
No,
I'll have more water.
fine.
Oh, here it is. It was on the table. All right, white meat or dark meat?
Yes, he needs
either way.
yes.
Either
Wait,
way.
Yes.
So let us give a little white meat here. Oh, this is very tender.
Oh, it is?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
White meat or dark meat?
I'll take dark, actually.
You will take dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
let me-
gosh, do I get a leg? Yes.
If that is what you want.
Oh,
If you would like the leg.
give me whatever you feel like. Actually, I don't have that much of a preference.
I'm
Extend
trying-
leg.
Extend leg.
Oh, that is very soft.
Is it cooked all the way through?
It is very cooked all the way through.
Okay.
I don't know who this
It's
person
just
is.
tender.
Bring your plate over this way. Very good. White meat or dark meat, Bracha?
Yes.
Yes. This is I have a difficult time just
I want some of the
describing
skin,
just
How
please.
tender.
I want
How-
some of the skin.
tender this is.
Yeah, take the skin. That's where I put all the glaze. So.
And some dark meat for you as well.
Yes.
The chicken is steaming because it just came out of the thing.
I want the skin. It fell off.
I got some of the marinade though, at least.
Yes. Thank you.
I did not even need to use the knife on this. It just came
Hold on
off.
a second. I got you.
Wow.
I got you.
I
got
hope
you.
this is a
Dankeschön.
good thing. I have a
Dankeschön.
lot.
It is a
riding
good
on
thing.
This.
It is a good thing, I
have a lot
assure
riding
you.
on this chicken because
Whoa,
I made
whoa,
it.
let's move the kosher over here.
Oh no. Eliyahu's gonna show up like, who spilled my glass?
Michael's gonna be like, "It's me, bitch."
Pardon?
Why
I'm
did I wear
going
a
to
bodice
grab
for this?
myself-
I don't
I know. I just literally removed
Why?
my belt
Why
so
did
that
I
my
do
tummy can do
this?
the whole.
I know. My tummy's like, why did you do this?
I'm going to
Why?
grab myself a bit of
You
potato.
wore a bodice for
Would you like
a
potato?
meal, a Passover
I
meal?
would like some potato, but I want to bite this first.
How is it?
Amazing!
Wonderful.
Yay! I did it good.
You did
You did it
amazing.
very
Blake.
good.
Amazing.
Very good. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, just a
Potato.
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 Is this
Potato,
interesting to watch?
potato.
I mean, it
hope it's
doesn't. It doesn't
interesting.
even matter.
Potato. Would you like potatoes?
Yes,
You
please.
can always
please.
just start singing. And
Let's start singing. What do we sing?
what do we want to sing?
I don't know.
Don't be a liar.
I don't know. I guess that answers that. We have no idea.
We don't know what we want to sing. Dude.
Echad.
No, it's too early.
You can do it earlier if you.
Oh,
You're good.
don't knock over the
You
entire
just
table,
spilled
please.
all the kosher yahu on the matzah.
It's all right if it's on the matzah. It makes the matzah taste better.
You can eat
You
your
can eat
breasts,
that.
eat your breasts, not comments. I'm just gonna remind you of all your earlier work.
He's very proud of it, as you can see.
I'm proud of him for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good potato.
It is very good potato.
Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom, nom.
Is very good potato. Is potato.
It's potato.
Is potato.
Is that a crunchy potato? I can hear the crunch. Did the mic pick up the crunch?
It may have picked up the crunch.
You don't understand. There's like a crunch emanating from your mouth right now.
It's so good.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Crunchy potato.
With the way I've cooked, half the potato is smush, and the other half of the potato is crunch.
Crunch.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's tasty.
I mean, it's tasty, so that's all that matters. But I think that if I submitted this on America's Next Top Chef, they'd be like, half of it is squish and half of it is crunch. And therefore, we must disqualify you.
Lucky
Wow.
for you, I don't watch those things and I don't care.
I'm pretty sure that show's been off the air since like 2007.
The
But I
Gordon
remember
Ramsay's YouTube
I
channel.
remember it too. My father and I used to watch it together, and we would try to see how many tray things one could stack on top of the other, like shellfish, pork, and
Oh
berry.
my god, yeah!
Like just stacking the tray. We never got beyond a triple tray, right? We never got beyond a triple tray. We did see an episode where somebody was Jewish, and they gave him a pig ingredient to use, so he made the dish, but he could not sample it. And many chefs sample their work and to make sure that like what they're doing is in fact to their taste, that they haven't like I don't know or whatever. Like they do that, right? You sample your work as you go.
Yeah.
And as an observant Jew, that particular chef was like, I don't know. I did not taste this. There you go. Anyway, triple tray, highest we ever got.
Only
When,
triple. I'm
only
surprised.
triple,
I'm surprised
right?
about that.
Because it was shellfish, meat and milk together, and pork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you're out of
I
things.
guess you're out of things.
When Twitty was on the Southern
Nobody else
Cooking
used
panel,
fish.
he like
Mm.
everyone was like talking about like how our Jewish family always had ham, and Michael goes, smoked turkey just tastes the same. He was like a little assassin for the entire panel. It's beautiful.
That is good. We do enjoy a sass.
I mean, you like point out that the Jews during the Southern Jews during the Civil Rights Movement were pretty okay with the system the way it was.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Mm.
We have another comment.
Well, I mentioned Gordon Ramsay, so that kind of got it.
What's say? What does it say?
Shrimp does count
Is it
as
cake?
shellfish.
It
Yes.
is a shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
That's like, does turkey
as
count as bird?
scientifically as you can get, it would be a shellfish. And that it's a mollusk.
Does
Actually,
plucked
no, I
chicken
apologize.
count
It's
as
an
human?
arthropod.
Apparently, Gordon Ramsay has the Pharaoh's same name. Gordon Ramsay has the same name as Pharaoh.
Ramses. He's making
Ramses.
Ramses.
Oh.
That was the joke that someone made.
It's kind of a
Good
pun.
one.
It's fascinating how he can be a very nice guy in his new iteration.
Well,
He was always nice to kids and always really mean to adults, from what I
Yeah,
understand.
except if an adult had a breakdown, then he was like really sweet to him. Like
What's happening
even
with
though
the
his thing was to yell at people.
Yeah, because it's sold on TV.
Is shrimp? Are people who are allergic to shellfish not allergic to shrimp?
I don't know, but shellfish are going to be different than arthropods, and shrimp and crab.
Well, here's the thing: is that there are what counts as shellfish is actually two different orders of animals. So
Right.
you have arthropods, which are shrimp, lobster, crab, and then you
And
also
mollusks.
have mollusks, which are
Which are-
clams and the shuddy boys.
The
those
Shuddy
guys.
Boys!
And they so they're two different, they're very distinct species. But basically,
Two
what
different phylum.
I'm assuming,
They're both trafe.
I think that they are the same. I always get these mixed up. I think they're the same phylum, but the order
Bivalves
is
and
different.
crustaceans are different.
Yes. Bivalves and
Bivalves
crustaceans are
and
not the same.
crustaceans.
Not as far as
are
we're
different.
concerned.
They are.
That's kind of like saying that Ohio and New Jersey are different. No, they're just out
I
of
mean,
town.
there's also
No, that's not fair. Wow.
there's the
That's
distinction.
rude. You're rude. Rude. Tim is rude.
I've converted to New Yorker.
That's not how that works.
The first week I was in New York, I was going, I don't want to go to Times Square ever. Not on a Wednesday night.
Well, obviously not ever, because why would you do that? But
Well,
even New Yorkers
AMC
will tell you
25
that
are
there
really
is
good
a
movies to
difference
sneak into,
between
but-
anybody from New Jersey and somebody from Ohio. I'm sorry, it's different. You're wrong. I want some.
I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore.
We were talking about bivalves and
Crustaceans.
crustaceans
Oh, yeah.
and how they're different. So somebody's allergic reactions to one doesn't mean they're necessarily allergic.
Speaking of allergies, you guys get allergy attacks at the Renaissance festivals?
No.
Huh.
Only at
Depends
barley
on the
corn.
depends on the place.
Okay.
And when we're at
Do you
Barley
s-
Corn, which is
When
not a
I did
Renaissance
that-
festival, there's a lot of ragweed there, and I suffered
Yeah.
greatly that weekend. But I've
Because in
never had
Minnesota, I not only got allergy attacks, I got asthma attacks, which is like,
You
I never
should
got it
consider
afterwards.
taking some Claritin or Loratadine,
yeah,
which is the
I
off-market
took a lot
off-brand.
of stuff. It was like I waited for the first frost to happen, which is September because it was
Okay.
Minnesota.
But did you have ever tried allergy shots? They were very helpful to me when I was a child.
Not as much. I just take allergy medicine. Then I would actually take experimental allergy medicine too. 'cause-
I'm saying that
I
if
got
you're
money.
at that extreme, I highly recommend allergy shots. They're really great.
Well, I no longer live in Minnesota, so
Okay.
Rachel, no. Shellfish is not kosher.
but I
It's
kept
not.
out
It's not.
there too. That
Shellfish
was
is
the
not
problem.
kosher. Arthropods are not kosher. The fish must have fins and scales, both, in order to be kosher. So like salmon, trout, flounder, tilapia, those are kosher fish. Shrimpy boys, shutty boys,
So-
not kosher.
From a culinary sense, anything with a shell, which also includes,
Lovecraftian monsters, not kosher.
which includes an exoskeleton, would be considered,
Not kosher.
not kosher. But yeah,
That
But
means
also
more
it-
for
from
you
a
watching at
culinary-
home.
from a culinary sense, it would also mean that that's a shellfish, even if they aren't necessarily related species.
Right.
Plucked chicken, human.
Mm.
Thank you,
Thanks for the
Diogenes.
Diogenes.
Yes.
We made that joke earlier today.
Yes, we did.
we
The
did.
oldest jokes sometimes are the best. And that
So
one's
what
What
is
else is
way
happening?
over
happening? The
2,000
comments
years.
have been like really popping. What
If
the
you
heck
are-
is going- yeah.
If you are not familiar with what he is referring
Neither
to,
of those are actually.
No.
Catfish and eels are not kosher.
Neither of those are kosher. That's
that is correct. Salmon is.
Salmon is kosher.
Mhm.
I love salmon.
Yeah. I can take it or leave it, but I usually like it.
I like it best in sushi form, but I shall eat it any form. I just
That's
like
how I
salmon.
feel about it as well. I like it best in sushi, but I'll take it.
Would you,
Any
could
other
you,
way.
on a boat?
I've
Hell
put it
yeah.
actually.
Hell yeah.
and
Hell
it's
yeah.
probably the ideal place to have it.
What else is happening? I can't read it. My glasses are not on.
That's so
I
sad.
think that also
I
people are
have
talking
Gabriel
about
that
Gordon
he and I
Ramsay,
saw
I
the
think.
anime Food Wars, and I learned to cook because of it. Oh,
Cool. I didn't know you could cook from anime. There's an anime about Roman bathhouses that it's on Netflix. I'm dying to watch.
oh, I read the manga.
I didn't know it's. I'm very excited about it. Okay,
Yeah,
I just
they-
want to
Wait,
read
is that the
slash
one
watch
about the guy who travels back in time using
Yeah,
a
he goes
No, he
to
travels
Japanese-
forward in time to modern
No.
Japan
No,
from
no,
Rome.
they switch off because the Roman ends up in Japan and the Japanese.
Okay, don't
guy
tell
ends
me
up in
anything
Rome.
more. But
Yeah,
I'm
I read
really
the manga,
excited
it
to
was
watch
good.
it.
I think I should watch Comey Can't Communicate on Netflix because I really like the comic, but I'm told it's not as good. But it's still good. It's still great. It's
If
still
you get
really
drunk
good
enough,
manga.
it's all the same.
Hmm.
Wait, what else is happening? I can't read.
There
No.
are people
Food
who want
wars.
to watch the bathroom anime.
It's a bathhouse! Bathhouse, not bathroom! I am not that kind of pervert! Let the record show! No!
No, no, no. She is a very high class pervert.
That's right! Wait.
No tentacles coming out of toilets.
She does not want her pornographies in a bathroom. She wants them in a bathhouse.
That's right.
A ba- with a-
Also the bathroom.
with a- no. Caldarium, tepidarium,
Pure,
frigidarium.
No!
You are not pure me. both know.
No, Baal Peor was like this literal shithouse meme made up in the Talmud of like a poop god.
You've never told me this
Every
before. I told you to tell me the important things.
every pagan god
You
in
never told me
Judaism.
about Baal Peor?
Yeah.
It's
So-
literally a Talmudic
Oh my
shit
God.
post.
So
I
in the
think-
Beelzebub also means shit.
We might need to
yes.
get divorced right now. I know we weren't
Wait,
married.
you weren't married?
but-
You were married?
Well, we're getting married right now just so I can divorce him because he didn't teach me about the poop god.
That's fair enough.
So now we're divorced. How do you
All
feel
right.
that?
Steal the ark, they get hemorrhoids. They make golden hemorrhoids.
I don't want
With
to know
a-
about that. I don't want to know
That's
about that.
that's
First
in the
Samuel
book of
5:12,
I don't want to know about that.
5 and 6.
Can we do a song now?
Yeah.
What
We
song
didn't
do you
even
want to
look
do?
I
at
don't
the
care
poop god.
about anything to move away from this topic.
Pray a little bit louder. Maybe your God's on the toilet. It's like
That was
we gotta congratulate Jordan.
what?
Congratulations.
What happened?
He got a part in Jesus Christ JC Superstar.
Fantastico.
I like the Tim Minchin version better because he makes Judas really the hero of the show.
Yeah, just down to the floor.
I mean,
Now
granted,
he
Judas
can't
is
fall
pretty
down.
much the hero of the show anyhow because
Oh, that is an interesting question. Who is the protagonist of that show? Is it Judas or Jesus?
Yeah. it kind of depends on it does seem more like the Tim Minchin version. He's so happy seeing the last song. It's like he kills himself, but then he rises from the dead just to make fun of like his former
Okay, hold on.
cult leader.
Hold on a second.
Would
Do you
you say that
understand?
that
I would
song
literally
is
revive
him
myself from
making
the
fun
dead
of
out of
him?
fucking spite. Do you understand how much I vibe with what you're
Yeah.
mentioning? Like,
I would say the Minchin version he is because he's really delighted in that version. Other versions
Which
he's a little
version is the
sarcastic.
mentioned version?
The one they're showing on the Andrew Lloyd Webber channel. It's like he's the redhead dude.
Which year? What year
Uh,
was it done?
I think 2020. It was
I have
showing,
not seen that version.
it was showing on the Andrew Lloyd Webber channel during the play.
Andrew Lloyd Webber channel?
Yeah, he was showing all his musicals for free. I mean, even the dumb ones like the Jeeves and Wooster musical. Like, who the hell wants to watch that crap?
What?
Oh, and the sequel
Well,
to
hold on. We all watched
Oh,
Tiger
fine.
King during a pandemic, right, guys?
Yeah.
There is a lot of shit. Oh no, I watched it. I was
Wait,
just like,
we're talking
what
about-
the fuck is happening?
But they had the sequel to the Phantom of the Opera on the Andrew Lloyd Webber channel. It's
Oh my
so
God.
great. The 10 minutes thought about them doing it. Oh my god, it's hilarious. And then I
There
took
was a sequel to Phantom of the
There's a song where him and Christina are singing about how they had sex one night, and they just go
Okay, but
on
the
and
first
on
one
and
has,
on.
like,
It's
a lot
amazing.
going on, so you're not gonna be bored watching.
You won't
this.
be bored, and
Yeah.
that's really the selling point of it.
Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
be bored.
I mean,
Is it
Family Opera
good?
ends with like.
Yo, this chat is popping.
This chat
What is
is
happening?
popping. Oh my god, there's so much.
They did
love.
not watch
So much
Tiger
happening.
King.
That's
Neither did
fine.
I
It's
didn't
better.
watch
You're
that
better
either.
off if you don't, but a lot of us did,
So the sequel.
including me. So
So the
I was
sequel-
also like
oh,
stuck up a mountain up in Ethelmark. I was just like stuck there for 4 months. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks, and then the plague happened. I was just like, okay, I guess I live up a mountain now for most of 2020.
So
I
sequel
have,
Family
I
Opera.
have
There's
not
like.
watched Tiger King.
I did.
Wow, am I the okay?
I have no interest
Okay,
in
we both
seeing it, but
Carol Baskin. Anyway,
you know, really,
I-
Carol's actually the only decent person in that
she
whole
is
place.
the only decent, halfway
Yeah.
decent. She's still like extremely sus, but still very decent.
I
I
mean,
will-
she might have killed her husband, but her husband was kind of a dick. And her new husband, he's a sweetheart.
Maybe she killed her husband, but like
Her new husband's a total
maybe-
simp, and that's really my goals for the
wow,
relationship.
that's a word I haven't heard in a while.
Okay, I think simp is actually is a complimentary word. I don't care if it starts an insult, but you know,
It did.
Gomez
kind of originate
Adams
with
and the
the
husband
far
from
right.
Encanto, yeah, those are simps, and they're wonderful husbands.
I feel like
Guys who love their wives. If
that's
people make fun of guys for
not
loving
what
their
that's
wives,
about.
That's a different thing.
That's a different thing, my guy.
No, they're different entities.
those are
for
those
putting
are
on a
different.
collar
different
with his
entities.
wife,
Those
yeah.
are different. They're different.
There's a difference.
We have rules.
There's a
What
distinct
is
difference.
happening? What is going on? Move. I want to read the comments.
They're talking about Tiger King. I
Yes.
feel bad for the tigers.
I do
Well,
feel
yeah,
bad for the
Tiger King
tigers.
killed all his tigers.
Scroll, scroll, scroll.
Touch
There's
the
a lot
grass.
going on.
There
There's
is-
a lot going on. We're catching up. We're catching up.
There's some really good animes here
Is it?
that people are watching, including Miyazaki. This is
But did you see the
Miyazaki's
sequel to
amazing.
Phantom?
I know.
Hmm?
Yes.
The sequel to Phantom?
There's an
There's a
SCA event in
sequel to
September that is
Phantom?
Roman
Yes.
themed.
He's like running Coney Island and like
Bottom
he
feeders
has
are not
sex with
kosher. This is
Christine and
true.
like they have a kid and like he finds out it's his and like then like one of the
I'm
minor
not a
characters is,
pervert.
like,
I'm a
obsessed with
provert.
him.
I love that.
Mm.
And at the end, she's saying about like how he's ignoring her. And he goes, "Well, you're ugly, but I understand." And like, but she's the hottest actress in the damn play. It's like hilarious. And then she kills Christine.
Evangelion. Yo. I have seen your Netflix account, but now I'm on my partner's Netflix account, so I leave yours alone. Sorry. But now you also know all like the bad anime and like 2000 era sci-fi that I watch. So, you know, I can't judge you because if I try, you can judge me. Currently, I'm rewatching Stargate SG-1.
Foxy.
Yes.
Have a good night,
Did you want
Frank.
more?
Thank you for joining
I
us.
want to give this.
Oh.
I'm the school.
Who is calling it for the night? Frank is calling
Frank
it
is
for the night.
calling it for the night.
You
Well,
guys
Well,
thank you for
see you
joining us,
soon.
Frank.
Really glad that people haven't started getting like Jesus Yaddis this year. It was a problem last
Yeah,
year.
that was a problem last
And I
year.
hope I did not just like speak that shit into being. That would
come
be
up to
bad.
the hill.
Do me a favor. Go
nine
over to
hurrah.
that corner thing and press snooze. You can just tap the thing.
Snooze.
Thank you. It really wants
Mash,
you to download
hell
it,
yes.
I'm less than eager
You
to
got an
do so.
Evangelion blanket? That's amazing. This is all great.
Guys, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I think I did very good on that chicken.
Yo,
Yeah.
y'all do not understand how goddamn tasty this shit is. Thank you for watching us eat it without you. Anyway.
That's too much. Have you met me? You've known me
Thank
for
you
like a certain
watching
amount of
us
years.
eat
You
delicious
guys have
food.
abandoned your tea. You guys made pre-Seder tea and it has sat there
Nobody's
steeping
passed it over.
this entire time. Shiny understands what it's like to forget your tea. Do you have tea? The Roman event in September is called Roman in the Gloamin'. That's amazing. Roman in the Gloamin'.
Oh, Crimson Peak is good. I actually really like that.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's a good movie.
That was the horror,
That
right?
was the horror
Yeah,
movie
it's
like-
with Tom Hiddleston.
Please enjoy your cold caffeinated
I
tea.
will. It's caffeine and tea, so I will.
That is an interesting movie because
I actually
it,
like that movie.
it is a very slow burn.
I love period
You're slow
horror.
Yeah.
Like, not that
And
kind
when
of
it
period
starts
Aw.
horror. I get that.
You
It's
fire
amazing.
arrows into the lake. That's the tightest shit I've ever heard. Can I come? That sounds
Flowing all over the
amazing.
place.
Don't have me if I'm forgetting tea.
So
I'm
really
doing it
kinda
because I
cute.
love you and I want you to drink your
Very good tea.
tea.
Stop yelling
Shiny.
over my analysis of crimson
Sorry,
feet.
sorry, I was.
Yeah, we're talking about Crimson Peak here, man. It's
Sorry.
It's very important. It is a period drama horror story.
it's very gothic
Ooh.
drama, but like, yeah, it's definitely gothic. Like, it's the standard gothic plot, the one that Anne Radcliffe started way back in the 17th century, and the one that Jane Austen made fun of in her first book.
Are we about finished with the food?
I want to do more music.
We can do more music.
Let's do a little more. Let's do
a
another
little more
song.
music. I think that we
Music.
are about done with food. By the
I think
way.
we are done with
All right,
this.
Because I am full.
I'm very full.
We will do another song and then we will finish the Seder. We will continue with Tzafun Barech, Halel, and Yirtzah.
Mhm.
And but in the meantime, I will move so you can go back where you want to go.
Nice sad toddy.
What music shall we
Oh,
do?
let's go. Morena me llaman yo blanca nací. Morena me llaman yo blanca nací. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Morena me llaman los marineros. Morena me llaman los marineros. Que otra vez me llaman, me voy yo con ellos. Que otra vez me llaman, me voy yo con ellos. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Morena me llama el hijo del rey. Morena me llama el hijo del rey. Que otra vez me llama, me voy yo con él. Que otra vez me llama, me voy yo con él. Morena me llama, yo blanca nací. Morena me llama, yo blanca nací. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Que pasea galana de color perdí. Morena me llaman, yo blanca nací.
Got the deli beat. Okay, that's good. I'll keep it.
That's all right.
I think it's in the fridge somewhere. We just like
Okay.
shoved it in there because we didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
but-
we just didn't want to take like.
Yay, we did the music!
We did the
Yay!
music! All right. We shall now continue with our Seder. The
What is happening?
Message.
They're wondering if we found the
Retracted.
hidden
Message.
matzah.
yes, the hidden matzah. Now we have come time for the
The
hidden
hidden
matzah.
bread.
Do we want to make a large ruckus off screen to pretend we're looking for it really hard?
Potato.
Potato!
Do you already know where it is?
Yeah, it was on the bookshelf.
But which bookshelf?
That one.
Well, okay,
That
let's
one
make a
over
ruckus
there.
about where it is.
Okay, let's make a ruckus.
All right, let's see if they can find it. I'm sure they will find it very
Rachel
quickly and
Twig will
easy.
make a ruckus for your entertainment.
Tis true.
Ruckus!
Yay.
Ruckus!
I wonder where it is.
I wonder where it is.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
I also, like,
Wow.
In the story, I also had like when Hamlet tries to kill Claudius, the entire chorus is yelling at him.
Say again.
Well, it was like,
Okay.
okay, we're good.
We're done.
We found it.
They found it.
There you go.
I saw like really bad stage. Yeah,
We
whatever.
looked really hard for it.
So hard, man.
It took
was
us
just,
so long to find it.
I mean, obviously, I'm only a hand in this video, so it's a,
Oh, you made matzo pizza. It is not wrong to make matzo pizza. It is absolutely traditional to make matzo pizza.
I'm doing that
You,
tomorrow.
we
What?
now have the hidden bread.
The
We have
hidden
found
bread,
the hidden
we
cracker
found
bread.
it.
Aw, good luck getting the Balfours. Oh my god.
Whoops.
My sad toddy, the beverage of affliction. Shiny has the sad toddy, her beverage of affliction. That's Amazing.
I don't want to fucking eat it yet. Oh, I just put it in my mouth.
Oh, I like the delay.
Ow.
It does really have a kind of a...
So yes, they have found the hidden bread from earlier.
Hidden cracker bread.
Forbidden bread.
No.
Forbidden.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
This matzah is way too leavened. We need it to really...
Listen, I'm an apicorus, but I'm not apicorus enough to have bread on Pesach. I feel like there are certain lines I'm just not really willing to cross yet.
It makes
But-
perfect sense. Even an Acher, whose real name we are still trying to find,
It's like why I won't drink holy water.
Elisa Ben Avuya.
I've wanted
Oh,
to.
bingo! Yeah, that's it. Yes.
But I just feel like I
That's
can't
the
do it.
bitch!
And anyway, that's where I hid the body.
Oh, sweet.
No, that's the end of the story. Were you listening?
I was.
She got you. She got you.
Good.
I mean, you divorced him, but you still got him.
Oh yeah, we're divorced now. I divorced you over something I don't remember, but I'm sure it was worth it.
You married me just so you could divorce me, and you don't even remember why.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that
By
my...
the way, we need different caterers for that wedding.
Why? Because it is a wedding for a divorce?
Yeah.
It'd be all matzah
Maybe he
pizza.
shouldn't be my massager. Could you?
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Do
You
you
totally
really want someone who got married and divorced in the same minute?
Yes. Because that's his problem. It's not my problem.
Yeah, where
and
in
it's not
Gemara are they
John's
talking
problem.
about that? Because I know there's a definite discussion in Gemara about getting married and divorced in the same minute.
Well, at least in the same day.
Yeah.
I know there's certainly tale of settlement folk tales about dead and demon wives, which are mostly rooted in the trauma of pogroms.
Mm-hmm.
So that much I knew, which is why I'm still angry at Corpse Bride for de-Judaifying
They
what
did.
is primarily
They
a Jewish
did.
folk
They
tale.
really just.
For those who
stole
are
it and
unaware,
did
the
it.
movie Corpse Bride is based off of a Jewish folk tale, but when they made the movie, they stripped it of everything potentially Jewish.
They did.
Including how it's born of trauma from the pogroms.
Mhm.
Exactly.
On
The
the
whole,
other hand,
the whole idea of the Corpse Bride is back in the day. It was a common thing for people of ill repute to kidnap Jewish brides or grooms
Ill
shortly
repute?
before
Do you mean
they...
Russians?
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
Cossacks.
She snapped her matzah at that, so you know it's serious.
It's true. So they would find...
Michael's not the only dramatic bitch in the family, okay?
So bandits would find out when there was a Jewish
Do
wedding
you
and they
mean
would
Cossacks
kidnap...
sent by the imperial power of the land?
Either way, these bad people would find a Jewish wedding, they would
Yes,
kidnap...
in the gravy,
They
just
would
so I can
kidnap
keep
the
rough.
bride or the groom
Oh, or
in
the
order
gravy.
to hold them for ransom, and if the
Oh,
ransom was
chicken
not
gravy.
paid, they would kill the person.
Oh,
And the
Okay.
custom was that if this would happen,
Yes.
then the bride would be buried in her wedding gown.
Uncle.
And so the idea of someone coming across a corpse bride
That's an amazing job.
was a thing that might happen.
I'm amazing.
Yeah, you're.
On the other hand,
And then they made a folktale out of it.
on the other hand, the Dipple had like trauma all over the place because it was like there's the grave of the
Unfinished
bride and
business,
groom
yeah.
that died. There's the whole fact that the village was destroyed, and this whole fact that it was put on by the 1939 Warsaw Yiddish Theater.
In every generation, you should feel as if you had come out of Egypt. Here we are. There's a certain amount of understanding that trauma is cyclical, that oppression is cyclical, that the role of the minority in society is one that you don't just age out of, that you have to address it and readdress it constantly. So these are themes. These are the themes of the night. This is also why throughout the Seder, if
And
you're paying
I'm the one who's not supposed to talk about family trauma.
By the way,
No,
Rachel,
it's not family trauma. It's ethnic trauma.
Yes.
There's a difference. I
Rachel,
can talk about my mother. You don't get to talk about your mother. Nobody talks about mothers. All right?
if you want to talk about mothers,
No, talking about mothers. We don't talk about mama. No. Anyway, one thing I actually didn't say last night because I was saving it for tonight is that if you look at the text of the Haggadah, you see a constant push and pull between slavery and oppression and freedom. Slavery and oppression and freedom. And it's not just that these are the themes of the night. It's that the Gemara constantly flips back and forth between them. Now we are free, but let's talk about oppression. Now we are free, but Arami Ovedavi. Now we are free, but we're going to spend 30 minutes talking about math. and plagues and shit like that. And we have just now had this whole festive meal, and we have done the whole Roman style of others washing our hands for us and reclining. And we still have not yet said my personal favorite part of the Seder, Shefot Hamatcha Lagoyim, where you pour your wrath onto the nations, the cry of the oppressed at the railing of the injustice of the world around you and your inability to address it. And then we have 2 more cups of wine immediately after.
Have we only had 2?
We've only had 2.
I've had a third one, but that's
We technically
that
have
was
only
my
had 2
original one, so-
mandated cups of wine. You're allowed to have more than the
you
mandated.
can have all the wine.
You can have all the wine if you
By
want.
the way, can you finish your glass so I can put
I'm
something
no
new
man
in
to
it?
beat that. I'm
And
on
this
its hair.
And this is the main reason why you do not go to a hippie singer, because they cut out that pour the wrath because they think it's too mean.
It's not too mean. It's the cry of the oppressed, because this constantly happens. We may be free of Egypt, but we aren't free of oppression.
aren't
may
free of
be
Putin
free.
yet.
We may be free of Hitler, but we aren't free of Nazis. We may be free of working in the coal mines, but we aren't free of the shackles of capitalism. This is a constant push and pull between what we are forced to endure and what we have freed ourselves
I'll do
from.
you.
Tulsi Gabbard
Okay,
might not be a representative, but she still lives.
We're not
Let's
talking
speak.
about Tulsi either.
Oh, here, pour this for me.
Oh.
Here, we'll alternate. You can pour for.
Which one is the one that you like most?
This
Too
one.
late. Okay, thank you.
He's already poured one for me, and he did the one that I liked. That's why
Arigato
we're divorced.
gozaimasu. It's all of course. Okay. So Shefot Hamatcha Alagoyim.
Oh, I love Mother. That's a great movie. That's like the funniest Bible movie
Mother
ever.
exclamation
Oh my God.
point.
Yeah, Mother.
That
Wow,
one!
you are
That
all
one is
determined.
such-
You are all determined to ruin my night.
That is.
I mean, especially when they
such a
flood the
dumb-
kitchen, like, wink, wink. There's a flood.
Dude, everybody's just.
That is-
Very ADHD.
All right, this is a Mother exclamation point is a movie that
I could use some.
I watched this movie thinking of it from a Jewish perspective, and then about halfway through I realized that the author is probably not Jewish.
No,
and
it
it's
is.
Wow,
probably
what gave it away?
He is Jewish.
He is because he did Noah too. It's the guy who did Noah and Pi and
I haven't seen neither of those yet.
what's his name? Noah something. Who directed Mother? People.
I'll talk more about it then.
Who directed Noah and Mother? Come on, one of you guys got to answer.
No, it's okay.
All right, because I watched that
Okay,
movie
guys,
halfway through.
Twig needs to move on.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it does
pass
get
out because
Christian
it's
toward the
almost
end. It was kinda like-
fucking midnight.
But of
Very
course,
good.
the baby dies and doesn't come back. So.
Shush.
שיר המעלות ושוב אדוני את שיבת ציון היינו כחולמים אז ימלא סוף פינו לשוננו רינה אז יאמרו בגויים הנה לאדוני לעשות מלך הנה לאדוני לעשות עמנו היינו
Oh, I
שמחים
got this.
שוב אדוני ישיבנו כאפיקים בנגב הזורים מדימה בנה יצורו הלוך ילכו בחונוסי משך הזרה מו יבוא ברינה נושא על מותה תהילת אדוני נאמר לי למען כל מסע שכל שליל בהן ואנחנו נברך ימי אתה ביד עולם הללויה הונו לאדוני כי טוב כי לעולם חסדו מי ימלא גבורות אדוני ישמיע כל תהילתו. רבותיי נברך
יהי שם אדוני מבורך מדבר עולם.
מי שם אדוני מבורך מתאבד עולם מנשות מעולם רבותיי נברך שאכל משלו
ברוך שאכל משלו,
ברוך שאכל משלו טוב חיינו ברוך שמו ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם הזן את העולם כולו נבורך נחסן ורחמים הוא נותן לחם לכל בשר כי לעולם חסדו ובטוחו הגדול אבי לא עשה לנו ואל יעשה לנו מעשות לעולם ועד מאור שמו הגדול יועז הנפנס לכל מתים לכל ומתים מזון לכל מריותיו אשר ברא ומפנס אותנו מבחולי ותחושה ועל הכל אדוני יכול לכם אותך ברוע שמך ובכוחי תני לי עולם מועד ככתוב ויכלת ושבעת ונתת אדוני אלוהיך על הארץ הדבר שנתן לך ברוך אדוני על הארץ של מזון ולכן לא נשאר לך ושניך ויעצים לך ויאללה מלכות בית המלך והגדוש שנקרא סופה עליו אלוהינו אבינו ראינו סמכנו ואחרנו ואכלנו ואמנה אלוהינו מהירה קוצרתנו ונעתר זכנו עלינו אלוהינו ורב סבל דם ולסבל כי אם לידך בלב ובשרה הקדוש ורחבת שלא יבשל אלוהים לי על המועד אלוהינו לבתנו יעלה יבוא ויראה וירצה ומבקע ויסף ונמסרמתנו וחמשידך ויכול שלם ירקות שלך ושמחה עולמך בישראל ונכון לטוב ולכם וחיים בשלום ביום חג המצות הזה זכרנו אדוני אלוהינו לטובה מוקדשים ולברכה הושיענו ולחיים ולחיים וחשבנו אתה ובני ירושלים מן הקודש מהרה בימינו ברוך אתה אדוני מודה ורחמיו ירושלים אמן ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אבינו מלכנו אדירנו מורנו גואלנו יצרנו קדושנו קדוש יעקב רואינו אור ישראל המלך הטוב מטבעו שבכל יום ויום הוא היטיב ומיטיב הוא יטיב לנו הוא גם לנו יגמלנו לעד חיינו לחסנו רחמים ולבחת סלם יצלח הברכה ישוע נחמה פרנסה וכלכלה ורחמים וחיים ושלום וכל טוב ומכל טוב לכל דם על יחסרנו הרחמים לכל ואת הרחמים לסבוך שמיים ואורץ הרחמים ישתבח לדונורים ישתבחנו לנו לזמזכים ישתבחנו לנו לגולי עולמים הרחמנים ברצנו חבור הרחמון ישברו לדמי חברנו הוא ילכנו כמיות וירצנו הרחמים ישלחו את הזה ועל שולחן זה שאכלנו עליו הרחמן ישלח לנו את הלידי ספולתו ירסל לנו בשורות טובות ישועות ונחמות הרחמן יבריאת ואורתי ואותם ידביאת רמזותם ויד כל מותגובים כאן אותנו ויגול שלנו כמו שבחרתנו אברהם יצחק ויעקב מכל כל כן יברך אותנו כולנו יחד ברכה שלנו ונאמר אמן מאמר אבי ילמדנו עליהם יעלנו זכות ואל משמרי השלום ניסה ברחמים אולי וזנה לנו אישנו ניסה חיים וזהל דומני אלוהים ידם הרחמן הוא ימחל לשבותו הרחמן הוא יסכן במשיח ולחיי עולם הבא מגדול ישוע מבוא ויוסף חסד נמשכו לנביא ולזרוע עולם עושה שלום ירומם הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ויעקב ישראל ויאמרו אמן יראו אדוני כי קדושיו כי אין מסור לרעיו ואם ראשו ורעיו וראש אדוני יחזוק טוב אדוני כי טוב גילי עולם חזור ויעבד ידיך ומשביע לכל רצון ברוך הגרשת המדון והחיה אדוני ביטחון ראיתי גם זקנתי ולא ראיתי צד נעזב תרום מבקש לכם אדוני עוזי אבויתן אדוני יברך את העמו והשלום ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
You're having some serious yeshiva flashbacks over there. Sorry.
So Darren Aronofsky directed Mother.
You have good taste.
That Aronofsky does not sound Irish Catholic.
No, it does not.
Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. I need to praise Twig. Twig has excellent taste in wine. Thank you.
And
Yes,
apparently,
it's the California one.
Yes.
It really is a good one.
I wanted to give you attention.
yes.
Thank you. I appreciate
And someone
that.
said that his movies are so traumatic, which is a weird way of spelling hilarious.
Mother is a traumatic movie.
I don't want to talk about mothers.
God.
Mother! As in Jennifer, what's her face? Damn it, what is her last name? Lawrence?
So what we just sang was Grace After Meals. We went to yeshiva and learned a lot of the same tunes for things you may have noticed.
This was a Hillel. I like.
It's also Hillel. It's also Hillel.
Yeah, I love the Gilbert and Sullivan ending. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it was great.
I mean, like, I went from like, here's the operatic voice my teacher has drilled into me for the past 2.5 years, you know, like banging the table the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, or like people elongate that ending, like da 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 da.
I mean, there's also the really pretty.
That's nice. That's very pretty. I like that.
Man, old harmonies die hard.
That harmony actually at the end.
That's how they get you.
Harmony.
And then you
All right,
got like
y'all,
we
Black
didn't
Swan, the
practice
wrestler
this.
movie.
We're
It's like,
just Ashkenazi.
So we are going to have to look up Jordan
Lots
Van
of
Rin's channel, Kitchen Witch.
okay,
Ooh, Kiki Witch.
that sounds,
Oh
that
yeah,
sounds like a good channel.
definitely. That sounds like things that I like.
Oh, it's my favorite part.
Yes, now
It's
you,
the part where you go to the door and yell at the world. This is the part that I was talking about earlier. It goes, "Shafo hamatcha al goyim," pour out your wrath upon the
Unfortunately,
nations.
We are not going to be able to film this unless
You yell at the
No, I
world.
don't think I can because it has to stay attached to the
filming what?
No, you go yell at the
You
world,
yell at the
and I will.
I go yell at the world.
You yell at the world.
I will
and
yell
I'll
at
tell
the
live
world.
stream. So this is like
I would
some.
get up and do it, but you know,
Sit there.
I've had three.
This is some very intense bit of literature here. What? Do it. Okay, he's at the door.
all the neighbors are like, "Are you actually getting to this part of your Seder?"
Yeah, right.
It's New York, so you can hear someone else going, "Shut up!" Well, it's a lot of singing.
Pour out your wrath upon the nations that do not know you, and recognize you upon the kingdoms that do not invoke your name, for they have devoured Jacob and destroyed his homes. Pour your wrath upon them. Let your fury, anger overtake them. Pursue them with wrath and annihilate them from beneath the sky. This is some pretty hardcore shit. And what I want the audience to understand is that this is the cry of the oppressed. This is the kind of anger and fruitless wrath that goes nowhere and accomplishes nothing. This is the cry of the oppressed who have no recourse, no avenue for justice, and no advocate except for the divine. Pour out your wrath upon the nations because we cannot achieve justice on our own. We have just had a meal, we had lovely glasses of wine, we've sang songs, we've celebrated freedom, but remember, we're not actually free. This is something that occurs every generation. It doesn't occur to just us, but this is my favorite part of the Seder because it is so emotional, because it is so raw, because there is nothing more raw than the cry of the oppressed, unable to do anything but ask for divine intervention, because there is no justice among the laws of men when it is the laws of men who oppress you. So I want you all to think about that and remember that and apply it where necessary when you see injustice. May you be the work, Slava Ukraini, may you be the hand of the divine that addresses the injustice that you see in your life.
I expect your
Kurdistan.
homework to be turned in on
Turn in your homework on Monday.
5 p.m. No later.
He's
Thanks,
Kilbasher
Mom.
al Sad and put it in a.
Couldn't resist.
That was
Alright.
the Devar Torah. that we're working on.
So theoretically, I should top off your glasses, but I don't have any more.
Wait,
of
let me
this wine.
finish. Let me finish this one. Do not, as my brother has warned you, do not create an
Do not mix
abomination.
wine. Do
Don't
not mix
be
different
around.
wines.
I don't know. I don't know if I could get through this whole one.
It's alright. I do not have to top you off.
You don't have to top me
It's
off.
like-
You could just leave me like
All
that.
through
You
this
leave me
video, I
hanging.
moved my hand and I realized my hand is on
Wine
the camera.
cures
I
my
look
stomach
silly and
after
I
a
stopped.
while. What?
But I keep going.
nice. I did that last night. That's why I'm reluctant to do it again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I thought we were just making the joke. I'm so
It
sorry.
happened. No, it's okay. I actually still think it's hilarious, but
It is genuinely funny.
that's why I'm reluctant to go for number. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I changed
No,
my
no,
mind.
don't,
I
don't.
changed my mind
All
immediately.
right. All right. I wish you luck.
I am ready when you are
You
done.
support my bad decisions, right,
I
Rabbi?
support all of your bad decisions.
It's a character thing.
It super is. Are you
I am
Good.
topped off.
okay? Time for water.
Water
Please
is
drink
good.
water. I want you all to
I've been
see me
drinking
drinking
water.
water. I want you to drink water too.
I don't have any water.
That's fine.
There's water in here.
Is there any in the pitcher?
No, I drank it all.
Oh, you drank
I'm
it all.
such a
I have
girl.
water.
Oh, you
Oh.
work super good. Hold on a second. Let me drink water and then I can refill your water glass.
I
Okay?
stay out of the
Thank
sun, drink a lot of water.
you.
It's-
Oh wow, that just give me the fattest glass of wine.
You didn't just mix wine, did you?
No.
No, I drank it all.
Yes. And the Romans used to mix wine and water into their wine. Should we do that?
We should.
saying.
No.
I'm going to refill this. BRB.
Very
They
good.
made wine differently back then.
Okay. this is
Also,
like
there's a
all-
werewolf
It's
story.
alright.
in
It's alright. I
Tyrcon.
got it.
It's not really much of a story. It's just like he was hanging out with his friend in the graveyard. His friend decided to take off his clothes and pee all over everything. And then
I
get
don't
rid
want
of
to
it.
hear that. Don't put that on the live stream. Thank you. No, do not ask.
This is ancient Roman poetry.
No.
Oh, storytelling. Okay.
No.
It sounds like
Wait, you got-
graffiti on the side of the basilica in Pompeii.
Yes.
Pardon me, I've got to
Yes.
field a question.
Well, this is like Petronius, who
There
was
was a
like
question that needs to
Nero's
be fielded?
buddy, until Nero decided he wasn't his buddy.
Okay.
It's not good to be. It's not good to have Nero like you. Annihilate them from beneath the sky. I don't have any water.
Oh, okay.
Please
Okay,
drink
heart.
water.
Thank you. Jordan wanted
Hail,
to know
hi-
your name.
oh, that's cute.
It's
I
okay.
am Bracha, but Mira is Shlomo. Mira is my mother's name. Shlomo is my father's name. I am Bracha. It means blessing. I am named for my great grandmother. It is my real name.
I hate puns, but hail hydrate.
If you just say B, I'll know that you mean me because I understand that Cha is a hard sound and most English speakers can't do it. What else is happening here? I don't have my water. That's hard, dude. You're
Oh well.
Thank you.
most welcome, of course. I'm gonna let you be dehydrated. You cooked so much food.
Other way. There we are.
I think Tim is not sober.
What I'm saying magic flute badly? Well, I'm not
Yes.
saying badly, but it's
Yes.
That's,
yes. Yes, that's probably what I sound like. I know.
I like how half of these notes are just breathed and not sung. I mean, same, but still.
There was a
Shall
lot.
we continue with Hallel?
Yes, please. I'm dying of
She's done.
tired.
She's
We
done.
now come to the
Tired,
part of the
tired,
Seder
tired.
where we recite Hallel. Hallel is a series of psalms written by King David,
In theory.
ostensibly.
Asterisk.
And
Asterisk.
tribute to King
Asterisk.
David because the authors
Attributed to
dug
King
him.
David.
It's
How
like when
fast?
someone says something is written by Henry VIII.
This.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Henry VIII. I am.
And we recite
And
this
Macbeth.
on all holidays, and we recite it here at the Seder on Passover. לא לנו, אדוני לא לנו, לשמרת אין כבוד, על חסרן מדרן, למה יום הגויים, המנר להם, ואלוהים בשמיים, כל אשר חפץ עשה. ועצמיהם חס וזהב, מסר ידי אדם, ואליהם לא ידברו, ועליהם לא יראו, אוזניים אליהם לא ישמעו, אף להם לא ירחון, לידיהם לא ימישון, רגליהם לא ילכון ליגעו בקרונם, כמוהם יעשיהם, כל שרותח בהם, ישראל בתחווה אדוני, זממו מגינם הוא, מדרון בתחווה אדוני, זממו מגינם הוא, Adonai Mitzvah Adonai Zamumani Namu Adonai Zecharanu Yivarech Yivarech and Beit Yisrael Yivarech and Beit Aharon Yivarech Yirei Adonai הקטנים עם הגדולים יוסף אדוני עליכם עליכם מעל בניכם ברוכים אתם לאדוני עושה שמיים וארץ השמיים לשמיים לאדוני והארץ נתן לבני אדם לא המתים יהללויה ולא כל ירדי דומה ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם מעתה ועד עולם הללויה הדגיש מאדוני כל דבר אדוני כי חטא נעלי מה יחגרה אבא פונכם למה בן מוסרים שלנו ציוני שרה אין יגון אמצע ושמנה יקרא נענה בנזו נפשי חנדו נענה בצדיק מאלוהינו ברחם שומר חיים אדוני לא תיגע ליושיע שוב נפשי מלוכייכי כי אדוני גם עלייכי כי לכי לעשי נפשי ממה ולעיני ממה ונבלי מנכי את ללך לפי אדוני מרסות החיים האמנתי עד העבר אני נעמיתי מאוד אני אמרתי בחופשי כל אדם כוזב משיב אדוני כל תגמרי עלי כל סישור השב ושם אדוני יקרא נענר לאדוני שלם נענר לכל עמו יקר בני אדוני עבדה לחסידיו הזנה אדוני כי עבדך אני עבדך בן אמונתך פיתחת על מסירי לך אסבח זכותיו שם אדוני יקרא נדלי אדוני השלם נגדנה לכל עמו וחצרות בין אדוני ולוכי ירושלים הללויה הללויה את אדוני כל גויים שמחו כל העמים ינאמר עלינו חסדו ואמת אדוני לעולם הללויה הודו לאדוני כי טוב כי לעולם חסד יום ארנה ישראל כי לעולם חסד יום ארנה בית אהרון כי לעולם חסד יום ארנה ירא אדוני כי לעולם חסד מן המצר קראתי עננים המחריה אדוני לי לא יירא מה יעשה לי אדם אדוני לי מעוזרי ואני אראה בשונאי טוב לחסוד מאדוני מי בטוח בענן דור לסוף אדוני ולתחור בנדיבים כל גויים סבונים בשם אדוני כי יבילם סבוני גם סבוני בשם אדוני כי יבילם סבוני כדבורים דח וקש קופים בשם אדוני כי יבילם דח ודכתני ליפול ואדוני אוסרני אז יזונתי וישוע כל רינה ולשם עלי צדיקים ממירני שחייל ממירני רוממי ממירני שחייל לא אמות כי יחיה ואספר מעשיה יסר ישרניה ולמוות לא נתנני וידחו לי שערי צדק אהובה מודיה זה השל אדוני צדיקים יבואו בו היודך כי עניתני ותהי לי לישועה היודך כי עניתני ותהי לי לישועה heaven matzah hamonim hayta lerosh bina heaven matzah hamonim hayta lerosh bina meyed Adonai hayta zot היא נפלאת לעינינו, את אדוני הייתה זאת, היא נפלאת לעינינו. זה היום עשה אדוני, מהגילה ונשמח בו. זה היום עשה אדוני, מהגילה ונשמחה בו. איי 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 אנא אדוני הושיענה. איי 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 Ay, 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 Anna Adonai, Hoshiana. Ay, 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 mama, ay, 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 Anna Adonai, Hatzlichana. Ay, 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 Ay 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 Adonai Hatzlichana. Baruch Hu Hashem Adonai Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch Hu Hashem Adonai Baruch Hu Adonai El Adonai Ve'Alanu Yisrael Avutim Ad Karnu Kamizbeach El Adonai Ve'Alanu Yisrael Chag Be'Avutim Ad Karnu Kamizbeach Eli Ata Ve'Honeka Eloi Aromemeka Eli ata ve'oneka, Eloi aromemeka. Hodun l'Adonai ki tzov, ki le'olam chasto. Hodun l'Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam chasto.
What is the giant paragraph over there on the comments, CA?
Rachel's going to bed.
Oh, good night, Rachel. Sleep well. Thank you for joining us. I love her.
Hodun l'Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam chasto. Hodun l'Elohei ha'Elohim, ki le'olam chasto. Hodun l'Adonai ha'Adonim, ki le'olam chasto. Le'oseh niflo, le'ov levado, ki le'olam chasto. Le'oseh hashemay v'tevunah, ki le'olam chasto. לא קראת המים יום חסדו, הסוהרים גדולים כאן החסדו, השמש שלם ביום כי אינם חסדו. ואת הירח וכוכבים של הלילה כי אינם חסדו. כמצרים וחורם כי אינם חסדו, ויציר ישראל מתוכם כי אינם חסדו. ויל חזקה וזרוע נטויה כי אינם חסדו, גזר לי המסוג גזרים כי אינם חסדו. העביר ישראל מתוכו כי אינם חסדו, וניר פרעה וחילו בים סוף כי אינם חסדו, למוני חמו וממר כי אינם חסדו. למקים מלאכים גדולים כי אינם חסדו, ויהרוג מלאכים מעדינים כי אינם חסדו, לסיחון מלך האמורי כי אינם חסדו, לעוד מלך הבשם כי אינם חסדו, נתן עצם לחלה כי אינם חסדו, נחל לישראל עבדו כי אינם חסדו, שבשביל לנסחלה נקרא חסדו, ויפרקם מצרים כי אינם חסדו, נותן לך לאכול בשר כי אינם חסדו, עוד לשמיים כי אינם חסדו. נשמעת קולך תברך שמך אדוני אלוהינו ורוח כל בשר תפאר ותרומם זכרך מלכנו תמיד מעולם ינום לתאל ממלך עלינו מלך משיח במצלנו אחרי זמן החיים מכל עשרות ומצוקה אין לנו מלך אלוה אתה אלוהי הראשון מהאחרונים דלות כל בריות אדון כל דלות המהולה ברכות ורב תשבחות והמעניק בעולה בחסר בריאותה ברחמים ואדוני אלוהינו ולא ישמר העמרי שנים המקיס לדמים המסיח למהמתיר הסורים הסמך נופלים והסופים נחל והדחה אנחנו מודים אילופינו מעלה שיר החיים ושולנו קרינה כמוגלף זיתותינו כשמח וכמר כבירקיניה ואין כמירות כי השם שלך ירח ויד אין גרושות נשרי שמיים רגלי נגאלות חיילות אין אנחנו מסוגלים לעזור לך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ולברך את שמך לאחת מאלף אלפי אלפים רובי פעמים הטובות שעשית עם אבותינו ועמנו וישראל נתנו אלוהים ונדלנו ושמתנו וסברתי אלחתנו מחרב הצלתנו מדבר מילתנו מחלי רעים למענים נתנו עד הנה עשנו חמך ולא עזבו חסר לך ותשנו ורנה אלוהינו לנצח על כן איברים שמלטבנו וראשנה מה שנפת רביעתנו ולשונה ששמת בתינו הן יודו ויברכו וישבחו יפרו ויאמרו ויריץ ועתיד שימליכו את שמך מלכנו כי כל פה לך יודע וכל לשון לך תשבע וכל ברך לך תכרה וכל כמה לפניך תשתחווה וכל לבבות יראוך וכל קרב וכל היוד ישמרו לשמך כדבר שכתוב כל עצמות תמדנה אדוני כמוך ועתירון ימי חזק ממנו ורון יביום ניגוס לו מי ידמלך ומי ישבלך ומי יערוך לך אל הגדול הגיבור והנורא עליון כל השמיים והארץ נעלה אל חנשומי חבריך וברך שם קדשך כאמור לדוד ברכי נשי את אדוני וכל קורבי לך את שם קודשו האל ועצמותו זכר הגברו שמך הגדול נצח מלך מלך יושב על הכיסא המדיסה שוכנת מרון גדול שמו וחתורן צדיקים אדוני אלי שלום תהילה ותשען תודה לברית צדיקים שברך ולשון חסידים תרומם וקרב קדוש אם תתקדש מקלות רבבות ומחבית ישראל ונתפאר בשמך מלכנו לי בכל דבר דור שכן קרובת כל יצרים לפניך ומלכנו להודות להלל שבח רפאל לרמים להדל בריך להלוי הקלס על כל דברי שירות ותשבחות דוד בן ישי עד בחמישיך ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו אל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ כי לך אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו שיר ושבחה הלל וזמרה עוז וממשלה נצח גדולה קורת אליו תפארת קדושה מלכות ברכות מאוד מאוד מעתה ועד עולם יהללנו כאן אלוהינו על מעשיך וחסידיך צדיקים עושה ושונאיך וכל עמך
That's not what it says here. That's not what it says here. There's a bracha at the end and you skipped it.
ברוך אתה אדוני אל מלך הגדול בתשבחות אל ההודות אדון הנפלאות הבכל שרי זמורה מלך על חיי העולמים
His has more.
יהללוך אדוני אלוהינו על מעשיך וחסידיך צדיקים עושה רצונך וכל עמך וישראל יודו ויברכו וישבחו ויאמרו וימליכו את שמך מלכנו כי לך טוב להודות לשמך נאה לזמר כי מעולם לעולם אתה ברוך אתה אדוני מלך מהולל ותשמחות ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
Amen.
Oh, this is also good. I'm not supposed to say Allegeffen, but I'm gonna sip this, so whatever.
I will say ala geffen.
Say it fast.
ברוך אתה מלחמי ala geffen וזרת זכות טוב ורחבה שעשיתם לך למותינו לאכול מצווה טובה רחין אלוהינו על ישראל נחב שעים ירחבי עצמנו ודחה ויעל מזרחך לך ובני שלומי קדושנו ימינו ועלינו תוכה ושמחים ויעל נאכל מסבר מטובה ונברכה לקדושת תורה ושמחנו מיום חג המצות הזה כי אתה אדוני טוב מיטיב לכל ונודה לך על הארץ על פרי הגפן ברוך אתה אדוני על הארץ ועל פרי הגפן חסר סינות פסח כהלכתו כל משפטו וחוקתו כאשר זכינו לסדר אותו כן נזכה לעשותו זה שוכן ונקומן קהל הדת ממענה קרבנו אל ניתחנה תויים לציון ברינה שנה הבאה מירושלים, שנה הבאה מירושלים הבנויה.
We are not doing the Foxy Shiloh. We're skipping it.
No, we are not.
We're
Although one
skipping
thing that
it.
may or may not be in either of these books, what we do need to do, says in the Torah, from the day after the festival day, which is to say the first day of Pesach, which is to say now, the second day of Pesach, you shall count. You count days, 49 days, and on the 50th day,
It's about the
It's a
ripening of the
holiday.
barley.
yes,
Everybody.
the 50th day is the barley harvest, which is
Originally.
Shavuot. And so we need to count. Today,
One.
we are going to count. Wait, we have to say the bracha first.
Oh, yes.
We count, so that way we know when to harvest the barley.
Barley.
Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'tzonam zimanu, al sfirat haomer, hayom
Yom
echad.
Chad.
לעומר המעריך חסדנו ותמיד Selah. And now
How much can we skip? Can we skip a lot?
let
Twig is
us
done.
let
Twig
us
is done.
let us just do Chag Gadya.
Okay, we can do Chag Gadya and then we're
So
done.
we will do one more song, and then we are finished.
I
A
love
a song about a goat. A song about a goat.
You can make sounds.
Chaganya, Chaganya, Sabina Vitresus, Chaganya, Chaganya, the Atashona de Achalagatia, Sabina Vitresus, Chaganya, Chaganya, the Atakalva de Nasha Frosonra, de Achalagatia. Sabina Vitresus, Chaganya, Chaganya. the Nura, the Sarah, the Khotra, the Hika, the Kalba, the Nashav, the Sunra, the Achla, the Gadia, the Zabena, the Bitresus, the Gadia, the Atta Maya, the Havel, the Nura.
That's a Nura.
Huh?
Fire. First the fire.
I did the Nura.
No, you didn't. You did Khutara.
Right, the Atta Nura, the Sarah, the Khotra, the Hika, the Kalba, the Nashav, the Sunra, the Achla, the Gadia, the Zabena, the Bitresus, the Gadia. The Atta Maya, the Havel, the Nura, the Sarah, the Khutra, the Ikal Kalma, the Nashav, the Shunra, the Achal Gadia, the Zabena, the Vitresus, the Gadia, the Atta Torah, the Shata, the Maya, the Havel, the Nura, the Sarah, the Khutra, the Ikal Kalma, the Nashav, the Shunra, the Achal Gadia, the Zabena, the Vitresus, the Gadia. يطها شاخت شاخت الدورة شاخت المياه ده حمل النورا ده سرى بخطرة ده هيكل الكلبة ده نشر بشمرة ده خلي قديا ده سبنا ما بترسو سيخان قديا ده يطها ملخمة ده شاخت الشاخت بشاخت الشاخت
I don't know what to say for this.
Oi!
Oi, he has a hard day of work ahead of him. You know how hard he works?
ده شخد للتورا ده شطة للمياه ده خبر للنورا ده سرد لخطرة ده هيكل لكلبة ده نشر للشنرا ده أخال لقديا ده سابينا بلد خصوص خال قديا وياتا قدش باروخو ده شخد המלך המוות, איש אחד לשוחט, איש אחד לתורה, ואכל למאיות, ואכל לנורה, לשרף לחוטרה, דהיקל לכלבה, דנשב לשונרה, ואכל לגדיה, היידה סדן, Amba betrezuze chad garia
There's like a whole like series of things here, and I know just enough Aramaic to make animal sounds for most of them. You're welcome.
It's true. We do hope
That's
you have
the benefit of
enjoyed.
yeshiva education. That's what my parents spent all that money for.
So
their
that
daughter
you
at age
can
34 can make animal sounds on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That is well
Take this
money.
away from me. Thank
Money
you.
well spent.
Was it?
I think
Was it,
so.
Rabbi Dude?
I think so.
Okay. Do you think it was money well spent? Put
I
your
think it
answer in the
was.
comments now.
Answer now on your phone.
Answer now on your phones.
Chavirim, thank you so much for joining us for this, our second Seder. We hope that we will see you again next weekend.
Year. Also
next weekend.
Well, you'll see the two of us next
Wait, will you be
weekend.
doing anything midweek?
Maybe.
Tune in to Foxy Special Channel.
To find out. And now I've got to push the button. So that
Push
I
the
can
button.
do
Push the button.
Push the button.
Laila Tov, Chag Sameach, happy Passover to everyone.
Remember to stay hydrated. Don't set too much on fire. Bye.
End stream. Wait, is it ended? It's
Not
almost
quite. Now it's
Now.
ended.